Last time on Square Roots, we look ahead at the upcoming games of 2025 because we couldn't be bothered to record an episode about Enchanted Arms. But this week we're back, baby! It's Armin time!
Hey everyone, and welcome to Square Roots, the classic RPG podcast. My name is Jim Banks. I am joined by Matthew Van Zandt.
Hi, hello, I'm back, baby! Baby!
Johnny Raigar Brandon. That's a name I know.
Yeah, great job, Jim.
His name's Raigar.
Oh, Raigar. And Vanessa.
I'm Vanessa.
And this is a podcast where we play and talk about your favorite classic RPGs one chunker at a time. And we are back with Enchanted Arms. Part 4?
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah, it's part 4. We definitely did a part
It feels
3
like we've
and
been
a part
playing
2.
this game for years.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Johnny, you sit there quietly and think about what you did while we talk about hot gaming news. Hey, did y'all see that Nintendo Direct?
No, what'd they say?
Whoa, Donkey Kong Bonanza! Did y'all know that it has Pauline in it?
Yes.
Huh? And she's like a little girl.
Hey, the Pauline Kong. Pauline Kong is here.
This feels kind of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe at this point, where it's like here's a game, or here's like this one character's movie, and it's like, oh, this other character from this unrelated franchise might show up.
Well, no, Pauline was Mario's girlfriend in the first Donkey Kong game.
In the first Donkey Kong, Pauline was the girl that Mario was trying to rescue, and then she showed up in Mario Odyssey as the mayor of New Donk City.
Mm-hmm. Is that canon?
Yeah.
Yes.
That it was Pauline in the original?
Well,
yeah.
One thing to keep in mind, Jim, is
feels
that
like a retcon.
Nintendo do not give a shit about canon.
That's
Which,
true.
frankly, I respect. It's the opposite of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They don't fucking care.
No, she was called Pauline for before Princess Peach came out. You know, she's been Pauline for a long time.
If you ask me, Pauline is the girl that Mario should be with. Mm-hmm. Stick to your own class. That's what I always say. He's a plumber. Why is he trying to date out of his
She's
league?
a mayor and too good for him.
Rescued Pauline, but then fell through a sewer pipe into another world where he got stuck. So I guess Mario's the original isekai.
Is that canon that Mario was?
Stop asking about canon.
Dimension. But is that Mario's official origin story? Is that he started out as a plumber who got sucked into another dimension? Is that is that?
I know you saw the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I've seen the one from the 80s. I've never seen the new animated one.
Wow.
Wait,
call
Matt,
yourself
so are
a
you
gamer.
Matt, your theory is that Donkey Kong is just a regular gorilla that showed up in regular New York City to kidnap a regular girl and throw regular barrels?
Yes. Are you presuming that Donkey Kong takes place in Mushroom Kingdom?
I thought it took place in Kongland, I guess.
I thought that was another continent on Mario Planet.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country is adjacent to the Toadstool Kingdom.
Yeah, the sovereign nation of Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah. So you did see the Mario movie, you fucking liar. Listen to you spout Mario facts.
Is that something from the movie? I just made that up. Is Donkey Kong Country its own nation in the movie?
Yeah.
And Seth Rogen is the king of it?
No, Seth Rogen is the prince of it. Right?
Oh my God.
His father is the king.
Who's his father? Cranky
Kong?
Duh! Oh, that's actually... Oh,
Jim,
man,
it
that's
writes
great.
itself.
It does. Nintendo's gonna sue me now.
I actually really like the idea of Donkey Kong just being like a gorilla from the Bronx Zoo or something like that. Mm-hmm. that got out and gets Pauline off the street.
I always thought that was the original idea, is that it was like it's King Kong. It's like a big monkey kidnap a girl and a plumber rescue her.
Originally, it was going to be a Popeye game.
You think she's like a nail technician?
It was going to be a Popeye game?
Yeah, they didn't have the rights to it, but they did make that Popeye game eventually. Because I played that Popeye Donkey Kong style game way before I played Donkey Kong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it would just be like Bluto throwing barrels?
Yeah.
Oh, and you rescue olive oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, it was a fun little kind of Easter egg in Mario Odyssey when you go to New Donk City and Pauline's there, because I don't think we'd seen or heard about her, in years. So that was a fun little nod to the past. And in the new Donkey Kong Bonanza, she's a 13-year-old. How does that make sense in the canon of Donkey Kong or Mario? Who cares? That's Nintendo's answer. It's good enough for me.
She's like a Benjamin Button.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw some
probably
promo art of her and her feet were hanging out, and I didn't like that because I know the internet.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's getting somebody there.
She does look like she's dressed like a 2000s kid in like Jinko jeans, which is fun.
Should have put her in a corn t-shirt.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. That's a good idea.
What other hot gaming news is there?
Well, have you heard of the game
Marathon?
Oh, you go
Sorry,
first.
Johnny.
Not everyone at once.
Marathon got delayed, I guess.
No.
Indefinitely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Indefinitely. No, indefinitely.
They just need to work on it and also think about it and think about whether it's the right thing to put into the world. And I think that's pretty admirable. You should always pause and decide if what you're doing is contributing to humanity or in some way a detriment to it. And perhaps Marathon just isn't meant to be.
Are you suggesting that we should do that regarding this podcast?
Oh. No, we're good.
You?
We got an email.
Okay. I thought you guys read the email last week.
We did.
We did.
Oh, so we have
And
the
it
old
was
email.
glowing.
We haven't got an email since then.
Once upon a time, we got an email.
Let's see. I'll check the inbox.
I think we got an invoice for something.
This is some minor hot gaming news, but they have announced that the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remakes that are coming out, I believe, next month. One of the new skaters that they've added is Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think that's fucking
that
great.
makes sense.
That's pretty cool.
So there's this game that came out. It's a hot new open world drivey shooty crime game. And
I thought you were going to talk about Fridge Fucker.
No, that fridge does look hot though. But apparently that game's not great. Like people who have reviewed it have said that they didn't do the research, and they don't know what a dating game's supposed to be like, and don't seem to like dating games. So
Neither do I. So maybe it's right up my alley.
yeah.
That's funny.
Anyway, but Mind's Eye by Leslie Benzies' new team, which had a stupid name that I can't remember, but that's okay. Is a new hot drivey shooty open world action game. Unfortunately, it's really bad. Like IGN and GameSpot gave it a 3 out of 10. And
Whoa, what's it called again?
Mind's Eye.
Mind's Eye. Oh yes, I did see this. Go ahead.
And
IGN doesn't give anything a 3.
I know. So Leslie Benzies.
Right. The developer couldn't afford the bump to the review score they give everything else.
Well, before it came out, because he used to work for Rockstar. He was a producer on like the first 5 Grand Theft Auto game, or last 3 mainline. I don't know, since Grand Theft Auto 3. So that also includes the spin-offs there, Vice City and San Andreas. He's been a producer and a closer. Like he's good at getting games shipped. But before it came out, he said Rockstar was paying everyone to say bad things about it.
Whoa.
That it wasn't like real, that the game's amazing, and that people are just liars, and they're being paid by Rockstar and I guess George Soros. I don't know who else he's blaming.
I can believe that. You know what? I'll wait until my favorite YouTube channel gets around to reviewing it to make my determination as to whether or not I think it's any good.
It might be fixed by then, but it sounds like there's just major problems, that the missions are boring.
Yeah. I mean,
right
I think
now
that
it's super
Saints Row
broken.
2022 is the best drivey, shooty game ever made, and I've never played
Thank
it
you.
and never wanted to. But
Aw.
that's what I was told to think, so that's what I think now.
It's true. I did tell you to think that. Objectively, it is the best, and you should make a character, dress her in tight kink gear,
Why would I do that?
because that's what I did.
What kind of fucking weirdo do you think I am?
I don't know, like a straight version of me.
That's accurate.
I don't think that's as kinky as I am.
No, I don't play video games to get horny. That's not my bag. I mean, to be fair, I have children in my house, or teens at least, so that would be really awkward.
You've learned the downside of being horny.
You're opposite sides of the same coin.
Well, it's because Matt has children. He doesn't ever have to get horny anymore. He's done his duty in reproducing.
That's biology.
That's
That's how it
true.
works.
It's all this wasted
Yep.
seed after that.
Wow. Is there any more hot news y'all want to talk about other than that Donkey Kong is caked? I've read that.
I'll go out on a limb and say that I like that Donkey Kong redesign. Why's it always got to stay the same? I'm tired of the rare design. Mix it up. Make it fun. Do something new.
Give him cake.
Give him cake. Let him eat it too.
DC, the donkey cake. DC, donkey cake is here.
There's a bunch of Sega games on mobile ports that you can get for free, but you have to play them on Android or iOS. No, thank you.
I read the IGN review of the Switch 2.
What did they say?
And it got a 7 out of 10. They said it's like a necessary upgrade, especially if the only way you play video games is on the Switch. But it's like not groundbreaking, and it's also really expensive.
I find it so weird that the Switch is getting slammed so hard for being so expensive when every other option available to you is more expensive.
Yes, I agree with
PlayStation
that.
more expensive, Xbox more expensive, PC more expensive. A fucking iPhone or an Android phone is more expensive. But apparently the Switch 2 being $450 is just a bridge too far? I don't get it.
The Steam Deck can be cheaper, especially when they do their sales. But
The cheapest version is $400. You're right. That's a fair comparison.
no, but they also do sales of $300 pretty often. But it's often that's refurbs. I know people don't like refurbs because they've had other people's like drool and semen on it.
Well, I don't like refurbs because I just don't really trust it. Like, what if it breaks? I don't want to deal with that.
So there's the Steam Deck, but that's the version. That's the LCD screen one, so it's not even like the good screen one.
Yeah, no, it's the cheapest one. I was looking into it recently. The cheapest one is $400 on Steam Steam's website, and it's more expensive everywhere else. That's fair,
Switch,
but I don't know if it's quite the same.
None of us have got Switch 2s, but the Switch 2 has been in stock in stores and is the fastest selling console. They actually made enough, so that scalpers all lost their money.
Good.
Wow, good for them.
That's what you gotta do.
I'll definitely get one. For me, my thinking on that is that it's probably going to be a Christmas present for the kids. I mean, they both want it. Like, why would I not? That's the time of year when I'm spending all that money anyway. So. And you can't, I don't know. My son's birthday's coming up, but I can't just get it for him because then it's, I have a Switch 2. I want a Switch 2. It's going to be a shared gift.
Yeah.
If I just got it for me, that would suck.
Like, hey kids, look at Daddy's
look what I
Switch
got.
2.
Yeah, look at what Daddy got.
Yeah, I mean, Connor's
Maybe
already.
if you start your own gaming channels, then you can buy one too.
Connor's already having to live with my Xbox and PlayStation cast-offs,
And he's got to like them.
Yeah, you can have daddy's scraps.
Well, it's like, here's a Xbox One Pro with 40 games. Like, why don't you play with this?
Hey, this thing has 1 terabyte of space on it.
It does.
Oh, and it turns out let's do our apology corner again.
Would you guys fuck up?
How's that music go, Vanessa?
We're very sorry. We fucked up again. We thought that we were right. Turns out, and then we were wrong.
That should just be the theme song to the show.
Yeah. Borderlands 4 is a $70 game, not an $80 game.
Whoa, suck it, fake news media.
Yeah. So,
Man, people canceled their pre-orders based on what we told them
It's
on this
true.
show.
Yeah,
it's true. But
They call it the square root slug.
I know that the cool gaming literati and glitterati do not like the Borderlands series. I like it. I'm going to get it. It's like a day one
We are
purchase
the
for me.
glitterati, so you're going to have to not like it anymore. That's how this works.
Why
Yeah.
is it uncool to like the Borderlands games?
Because they're not, like, hip.
Good.
Yeah, their writing is questionable in especially the last one.
Yeah.
The movie sucked.
Apparently the movie sucked. Randy
I still want to
Pitchford's
watch
Yeah.
it.
kind of
I didn't really
garbo.
like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, if I'm being honest.
It was all right.
That's the only one I
like
really got any enjoyment out of.
Yeah, I
And
like
didn't
the
finish
voice
it.
acting a lot. Like I liked it was Andy
That was kind of the only part I liked.
Sandberg and what's her face and that guy. It was good.
Yeah, All Stars.
I
Yeah.
like Tales from the Borderland.
Yeah,
So maybe it is cool to like Borderlands.
I don't think
It's cool to like Tales from the Borderland.
I think. Is there any other HGN y'all want to go for?
Did you guys address the Persona 4 remake in your hot gaming episode?
No, because it doesn't have a
No.
release date. It wasn't on the
No,
calendar.
of course not. No, it's they showed a 10-second trailer at the Xbox Summer Games Fest thingy and a presentation. And that's exciting. Persona 4 Remake is real. I think I'm the only one that played the Persona 3 Remake on the show here, but I really fucking loved it. You guys had all played it multiple times. I had only played it the one time for the show. Same with Persona 4. So I could not be more excited about that. There's very little information. It looks a lot from what little we've seen like the Persona 3 Remake, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. Just
Yeah,
excited. It'll be
I'm
a couple of
trying-
years, I bet. But I'm...
Yeah, I'm trying not to get overly hyped just because I know it's going to take a long time. But I will Persona 4, one of my, if not the, like my favorite RPG ever. I love that game.
Yeah.
I'm still
I really
debating.
want to dive back. Go ahead.
I'm still debating waiting to play Persona 5 because it'll be 10 years old, and we can do it in
that's
2 years
crazy.
or a year and a half. 2027 is a year and a half away.
We don't have to wait
What?
10 years.
Don't say things like that.
Or I could just play it on my own.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I was
I kinda wanna
thinking
replay
that
that.
we've been, we need to get a vote up pretty soon, and we've been doing categories. I was thinking maybe one of the categories could be like new RPGs. Like we could do like
Put
a
a
new
Claire
one. It could be
Obscure.
Persona 5 or Claire Obscure or Dragon Quest 11, like latest in a franchise or
Red Dead
newest,
Redemption 2.
That's
Ooh,
not an
that
RPG.
would be that would be awesome, John. Let's do
Dragon
it.
Age, whatever it was called.
Yeah,
Veilguard.
Dragon
that'd be great.
Age, Veilguard.
Is there any others that we haven't?
Yeah. What's that? What's the Dungeons and Dragons one?
Oh,
What is that?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's
We
Gate
all bought it.
3.
None of us played it.
Yeah,
So-
I played a little
I
bit.
played a
Yeah,
bit
me
more
too.
with Brett like a few weeks ago. That was fun.
So I don't know. We'll put some categories together and then have a vote on the category. And because my other category suggestion was modern remakes, like your Dragon Quest 3 2D 3Ds and your what's the Bravely Default remake just came out, and there's that Trails remake coming out, and some of that stuff. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I think that's probably it for hot gaming news, right?
think that's it.
So. Oh, I heard. This is just a headline that I read. I felt like it was worth mentioning, though.
From your uncle at Nintendo?
Yeah. The headline just said, maybe I should follow up on this, but it says Microsoft basically announces that its next console will be a PC. Which kind of makes sense.
As long as I can play my old games
basically
on
a PC?
Yeah, but
What
it
does that
has
mean?
it has its own sort of architecture,
Operating system.
Yeah, so like you can't just
and...
load a regular Xbox without an emulator, Xbox game without an emulator. So I want to see if they do a back end that has access to my old games. I'm fine with that. But
they've kind of put a lot of work into integrating Windows and Xbox. Like, I'm always kind of surprised at how seamless the two things run simultaneously.
But I
want an Xbox with a word processor.
Yeah, if I can't run Excel, it's a piece of shit.
I mean, you can, though. You can, like, on your Steam OS, like, if you get a Steam OS, you can, like, install Open Office on it and stuff.
Oh, my God. Nerd.
But the Steam Deck, even though that there's been plenty of more powerful handhelds coming out since, the only one that's outperforming it now, I think, is the Nintendo Switch 2, because the Steam OS is just so slim and functional that it outperforms all these Windows-based ones, like, very handily, because it doesn't have all the overhead. So yeah, but
it kind of takes out everything you don't need out of Windows is kind of what SteamOS. It's super easy to find like program files and game saves, and it's just everything's very conveniently placed.
I'm kind of thinking, because they're releasing it now, that you can kind of just install it, but it depends on drivers. If there's drivers for my computer, I might dual boot into it and just play like SteamOS, the Linux build that they use for. And I could boot, if I could boot into that when I'm playing games, why not?
It's pretty nifty.
Speaking of one other piece of hot gaming news that's a little old now, but you guys might be interested in talking about, is that Xbox did announce their own handheld. The Xbox Rogue Ally, is that it?
ROG Ally X.
ROG Ally?
Yeah.
Is it a real handheld, or is it a piggyback handheld?
Yeah, it's a piggyback,
like, will it
right?
piggyback on your Xbox?
Is it
no, it's not like that.
The ROG Ally is already a thing, right?
Yeah,
it's like a Steam Deck competitor.
But it's got the like an Xbox front end that makes it a lot more usable. But it is running Windows. It's not like the PS5 one that isn't like what Vanessa's saying, where you play your current console. No, it's its own. It's basically like a Steam Deck, Vanessa, but it's running Windows and has a front end for Xbox, so you don't have to like use the ROG Ally front end. And apparently, the front end's pretty good.
All right.
It does not play all your Xbox games. It only plays the games you have on PC, Xbox PC.
Interesting.
Which is no good.
Well, so Xbox has announced that they're, I don't know, making one of their own or whatever the fuck this thing is. Mm-hmm. Good 10 years too late to the party, Xbox. Like, I don't know what to say. Fucking come on.
I'm not excited about this, but
why don't you create your own trends, Microsoft, instead of just constantly chasing after everybody else? And then maybe your consoles will sell. How's that sound? Does that sound like a good idea? No, I didn't think so.
But that's never been Microsoft's thing.
That's fair.
You can't just ask them to come up with their own ideas. Did Bill Gates and Steve Wozniak come up with their own ideas when they were sitting in that garage? No. They looked at what Apple was doing, and they did it too.
Steve Wozniak was sitting in Apple's garage, but that's close enough. Yeah, anyway. Big fucking upside down, thumbs down fart to that whole thing. I could care less. All right, I think that's all the hot gaming news. Why don't we talk about our hot streams? Whoa. The Square Roots YouTube channel came back hot live last week with another Secret of Evermore stream. That's right. I am playing Secret of Evermore, and it is a delight. What a fun game. It's interesting. We were talking about it before we started recording. It's so fun to play. I'm loving it. It's so bare bones in plot that I question how good of a string game it is. But whatever. I'm having fun. Also...
Did your power go off last night,
No,
Matt?
my internet just blurped. It does that sometimes. I ended up streaming for another hour and a half or so after that. But Jim just over the weekend completed a big playthrough of Silent Hill 2 Remake. So if you've got any interest in that, he's got, I think there's 5 episodes. Also, if you've been to the channel, I did last night go through and organize it a little better. So that's exciting. Put everything into little all the Let's Plays and little playlists, and I added them all to the front page and all sorts of stuff. So if you go take a look at it now, it looks a little different. We also started a YouTube community. I don't really know what that is, but I started it. So come by and say hi. What a great time.
Is that the thing like when you watch YouTube videos where it says join?
I don't know.
Or is that like to pay to be a subscriber on YouTube?
Jim, I just said I don't know what it is.
I'm asking John. John's a famous YouTuber.
John?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I forwarded you guys the email when I got it. And I got one too for my channel. I'm like, I don't want to make a community. I don't want to have to moderate
yeah, that was the one email we had when I checked the thing. A forwarded email from Johnny.
Yeah.
Anyway, it just seems like a place where you can make posts and stuff. About,
come and make posts on our stuff.
Yeah, come and make posts on our stuff.
You can say whatever you want.
Maybe. No.
Anyway, that is the Square Roots YouTube channel. Come check us out. We're having a good time doing some fun streams. Jim jammed through 12 or 13 hours of Silent Hill 2 in a weekend for some reason, like a freak.
It was his birthday. He could do whatever he wants.
Yeah. And like once you start playing Silent Hill 2 Remake, it's hard to stop playing Silent Hill 2 Silent Hill 2
Guys,
Remake.
we haven't sung Happy Birthday to Jim yet.
Oh, you're right. Let's do that now.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday
Hey, Jim,
to
it's
you.
your birthday. Have a happy
birthday
time.
to
Hey,
you.
Jim, it's your
Happy
birthday. Go out, do some crimes.
dear
On your birthday, it's not illegal for you to break the law. So, hey,
Happy
Jim, make a wish
to
on this monkey paw.
That's just
Hey,
giving us
Jim.
the double
Hey,
deuce.
Jim, fuck you.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
No problem.
I'm proud to be the forever youngest host on the
Oh,
show.
we'll catch up.
Yeah. I've been working on being real immature.
Vanessa, are you wearing a Square Roots t-shirt?
Well, I sure am, Jim.
Whoa.
Thanks for asking.
Vanessa repping the show.
I wore it all day long, too.
Wow.
Did I leave the house today? Yes, I took the trash bins to the curb.
Hey, you're welcome, neighbors.
Speaking of streams, best friend Johnny just released a hot new vid on the Bears in Games Neo channel. Saints Row 2022.
When this video's released, I'm probably going to be pretty close to having a new one out. So, yeah, in the next couple of days, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's that one? Is that Star Control 2? I don't remember what
Yeah,
you're
Star
working on.
Control 1 and 2.
Cool.
Yeah, both games. No one ever talks about that first game. They only talk about the second game. So let's talk about that first game.
Yeah, I've never heard of either one until you started talking about them recently, so.
The best games ever made, and Frungy, the Sport of Kings.
What?
I just realized that I've been thinking StarCraft the whole time, and I'm like, how has Matt not heard of StarCraft?
I've never, you know what? You know who has played StarCraft? Allison, my sister. You know who hasn't
Whoa.
played StarCraft?
Wow, really?
Me. Yeah, she loves StarCraft. She bought it.
Even I've played StarCraft.
Oh, that's awesome.
John,
Allison's a secret gamer
check
nerd.
out? Where can they check out your cool videos?
If you go to youtube.com/bearsandgamesneo, I think. I know I can customize that. Let me just see if that's correct. Where's the channel URL? Oh, hold on. Let me... can I alter this? No, I can't. Okay. youtube.com/channel/UCAULJ8SS lowercase Z. You know what? Just look up Bears and Games Neo. You'll find it.
Yeah, you got like a yellow logo with a little bear head on it.
Well, so does the old channel, so you have to click on the new channel.
Yeah, make sure it's Neo.
Yeah. The old one has some videos from like 15 years ago. Or longer.
Whoa.
17 years. No, little baby Johnny.
In those videos, do you have like a full like long head of hair?
No.
Wear like jean jackets?
You'll find out that I've been bald for a long time. But I am in my 20s.
Yeah. And I'd like to plug youtube.com/c/taskmaster. New episodes every Friday.
Ooh. I have been watching the new season. But we'll talk about that later. In Matt's stream, he did finish the prehistoric planet area. He's very proud of that. Even though he did forget to save. And we when you're watching the stream, watching Matt play live, remind him to save.
It's not that I forgot to save. I went to save the game and hit the wrong button and loaded my
No.
Yeah, I did. I finished the prehistoric area, and I'm now in the pirate area, and that's cool. As I said earlier, the game's just a goddamn blast to play. So come watch me have fun. Anyway, those are our plugs, and now it's probably time for us to talk about Enchanted Arms. I haven't thought about this game in 2 weeks, and I don't remember anything that happened in this chunker.
Ooh.
Good thing
Also,
Johnny made
we
very
didn't play to
remember
where we said we were
one
going to
thing
play
that happened.
because, and I've made this mistake before, so I'm not going to make fun of Johnny for it. Mm-hmm. Johnny did give us a random late game optional boss as a stopping point.
Yeah,
So-
sorry about that. This
I
time,
played for about 6 hours on Sunday and said, "That's it. That's all I'm playing."
well, he checked in with me. He's like, "This is pretty long already," and then I was like, "Okay, well, how about this next boss? It seems like a good point," and it was. So I feel happy where we stopped. Now, for next time, it's going to be a shorter chunker. We're going to defeat the next guy, the next elemental guy, the next devil golem. That it's not
Okay.
that long.
Yeah, let's drag this whole season
Oh
out.
my
Let's make it
God!
the
Okay,
longest
fine.
season.
We'll
I'm
defeat the one
teasing you.
after. You'll have
I mean,
12
I'll finish
hours
the
of
game.
this shit.
I don't care.
I don't want to play that much.
I have to edit on Sunday, so I know what I'll be doing. Anywho, quest log time. That's the quest log song that we do now. Quest log time.
Quest
it's time
log
for
time.
quest log. Quest log time.
Quest
it's
log
time for
time.
the quest log. We're gonna talk about Enchanted Arms and who's that mysterious man? It's
It's a
Makoto.
mystery man.
It's not Makoto. I will fucking riot. That's the only thing I'm hanging on to in this game is Makoto coming back. Even though he annoyed the shit out of me in that first chunker, I just am desperate for a character that is not bland and fucking milquetoast like all of the main characters in this game. Oh,
Matt-
Raigar.
Hey,
Oh,
what about the little
Raigar.
cowgirl?
I assumed something in this chunker and was wrong in a way that I think you and Vanessa are going to find delightful.
Great. Love to hear that. Well, with that, Johnny, take us away to London City.
Oh, London town.
Also, what the fuck happened last time? What did we fought
Well,
the Emperor of Fire? We fought the
yeah.
Emperor of Fire.
And remember, they fought above London, and unfortunately, that did destroy a lot of London.
It looks like it's in pretty good shape, to be honest. I mean, did you see what kind of shape fucking Kyoto was in?
Yeah, it didn't get the whole. Look, I think because they awakened the other devil golem, it didn't get the whole punishment that Yokohama City got. you know?
Yeah, we basically just cleaned up the Ice Queen's scraps in the last chunker.
Yeah.
She did the fight, and then we came in and kind of stepped on it once it was down.
Yeah. All right, so since it's all broken, we talked to Kareen, and she says, hey, could you do me a favor and do some fixing around town? Like, we need some lights back, we need some warmth, we need some old men, and we need water. Okay, it's three things. So it's lights, water, warmth. Also, kill Yuki is going to be one of the things you got to do. So don't worry about that, though. That's fine. You fix the well after you figure out that you need a lot of manpower to move this well. And it's like, well, we could get a crane, and we could like use a lever fulcrum system, or we could get Jim's favorite character, Raigar, to come and lift the debris. So that's what we did. We go ask Raigar. Raigar's like, yeah.
Thanks, Raigar.
I guess I could do it. I'm gonna go lift it. Oh wait, no, he has an American accent. They all have American accents in London City. I would have preferred it.
But we don't just go ask Raigar. We have to go talk to Kareen and be like, Kareen, we need someone really strong. And she goes, could you possibly mean... Yeah, Kareen, you got it. Do you know where he is? Well, I think he might be in the castle, and I'm really impressed that you thought of him. Oh, cool, thanks. Like,
Really impressed that you thought of the one
every
other
task
person you
has-
know in this fucking city.
yeah. Every one of these tasks has a lot
Yes.
of dialogue, and it really, I mean, we just got away from this climactic battle with this devil golem. It really slows the game down. The game is like, you probably got too excited. We really want to take a minute to
I mean,
just chill out and, live with these
This
characters.
is essentially what we did at the Rebel base again, which is walk back and forth 30 fucking times.
No, well, it doesn't say like investigation time like it did last time. So it's not quite as bad, but there is going to be another investigation in like 2 minutes. So don't worry, Matt, you'll get more of that.
I know. We're at the part of the game. This entire chunker is characters that you don't fucking care about's backstories.
It's true. It's true. So you...
It reminds me a lot of Grandia. Remember how in Grandia you went from town to town, and every time you got to a town, it was somebody's hometown, and they're
Yes.
like, well, secrets that I don't want to talk about yet, and then I'll surprise you with in just a few minutes. It's the same thing.
Secrets that you try to keep. So to fix the light, you got to get an igniter.
Secrets. Don't say a peep. I don't know the song you sang, but I added a verse for you.
It was a line that came up in my head, and I couldn't figure out at first until I actually sang it that it's like, actually should be secrets that you try to keep. And that's from Coconut Taking the Milk. There's a song called Milk from the Coconut. If you go ahead and YouTube it, listeners, not you, don't worry. We're recording a podcast here. We can't watch a whole music video.
I'm not gonna look up porn on my computer, Johnny.
Look up Milk from the Coconut.
I will.
If you like terrible 80s music videos, it's one of the best. Like outside of Europe, because Europe, they go real hard on crazy 80s. This is a UK video, but real primo stuff. Like, you don't want to snort this pure. You want to mix in something because it's almost too much pure 80s.
Is the coconut trying to keep its milk a secret?
I don't know what the song is about because it's like about stealth and secrets, but also coconut puns. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Normally Toto Coelo's...
I don't mean like just... I mean, like any coconut in general. I've never thought of a coconut as like trying to keep it a secret that it has milk inside it. But maybe it is because people crack open the coconut to get that milk, and I don't know if that's what coconut wants.
What I'm trying to figure out is, was this an expression? Because like each one of Toto Coelo's songs is based on a theme, right? Like there's I Eat Cannibals, which is sort of like prehistoric. There's a lot of banging drums and cannibalism and like tribal sounds. It's very racist. And then there's like Hey Raja, which is
the Fallout song. Now I know what you're talking about.
there's
the Fallout 4 song.
Hey Raja, which is about dating
Bongo, 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 I don't want to leave the
Indian
Congo.
king.
No, no, no,
and there's a lot of
no.
puns about curry and stuff. It's pretty racist. There's
Why are you promoting this
what's
horrible
that?
racist band,
And how did we
Johnny?
even get off onto this tangent?
Anyway.
You talking about a song none of us have heard.
oh no, like not just none of it. Like no one listened to that album, but that album is amazing. Anyway,
Yeah, racist and amazing. Johnny Brandon quote.
they have a song about spies that's mostly James Bondy kind of puns. They have a song about perfect crime that's like legal puns and stuff. Oh, that song's great. Some amazing harmonies on it. There's Hey Macho, which is just like a gay anthem. Anyway, so it was the 80s. You find this igniter and help this guy fix a light, and then he gives you
No. Tell us more about your teenage years.
What, John? What other terrible music did you listen to in the 80s?
I listened to that in my 30s. I like what a great song. Anyway, so fixing that igniter, you gotta get this thing from a guy. The kid was playing with it, and the kid will give it to you to help you fix this light. And then
Fixing
he's
the
like,
igniter is basically set a barrel on fire.
No, that's
this
a
old
different
homeless
one.
man needs. Oh, I'm sorry.
so you get the igniter from the kid, and he needs it for the lamp. But he's like, oh, actually, I already have an igniter. Here, you can have it. And then you can help give that one to the homeless man to set a barrel on. Well, like those lamps were around the city before. So I guess they were always there to help keep people warm.
Here's my question, though. We see several barrels that are already
That's a great
ignited
question,
throughout
Vanessa.
the city. And this guy is standing by the one unlit barrel being like, oh, if this barrel doesn't get lit, I guess I'm just going to
Well,
die of frost exposure
It's actually
overnight.
part of the city infrastructure. You might think, oh, it's for that one barrel. But the barrel is connected to a gas system that goes into his house. And the reason you just set it's like your furnace, but you set it outside the house. And so it just looks like I'm making all this up, but that makes the most sense, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So his section of the neighborhood was without heat, and then you restore it, and it makes sense. Now their homes are heated again.
Yay.
Right.
Barrel fires heat homes. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
And then you go back and tell Karine you're done, and then you have to kill Yuki. I don't know why. You just have to kill her. She tries to fight you. She refuses to not fight you. She's like, you know, I've been waiting for this. I want to prove to you I'm the better golem lady.
Mm-hmm.
And you just, so R.I.P. Yuki.
Basically, every time Akura feels sad, Yuki's like, what if I shoot him?
Atsuma.
Whatever.
Wait, so Cowgirl is dead?
No.
No. You just fight her.
Oh.
She
You
she
just fight
tried.
her and punch her a couple times.
Yeah. So she's supposed to be this great golem hunter. She never throws out golems. Where's her golems?
Just
You
a
know,
little kid.
nobody else has called her a great golem hunter, so...
Oh, I guess she
And she
has.
is like an 11-year-old child, so I don't know that she's like a reliable narrator in regards to this.
How old is she? That is. Hold on. I'm going to look.
I'm afraid I'm going to find the answer disturbing.
I think she's like 9 or 10.
She's a preteen.
Matt was exactly right. He is bang
She's
on.
11.
She's 11. Okay.
Please don't say that. Don't phrase it like that, Johnny. We're talking about an 11-year-old.
What? How did I phrase it?
Matt has had an 11-year-old daughter, so he knows what 11-year-old girls look like. It's normal.
It's fine. I didn't phrase it any weird way. You're making it weird. There's. Yeah.
He's making it weird.
All right.
Stop dogpiling me, Vanessa.
So because Atsuma's been a real sad sack, and And
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit.
Yuki's trying to cheer him up by fighting him and getting his fighting spirit on. And she says, if we aim high now, tomorrow we'll be one step closer to happiness. All right.
Yeah, Yokohama is what I meant to say earlier, right? I think
Yeah.
so. I think I said Kyoto, but it's Yokohama.
Yeah, it's
Got
Yokohama.
wiped out.
Don't worry about it, buddy. So everyone goes to the castle. They're going to like have a little meeting. You've got a room in the castle now. A lovely little room.
Well, where else is the princess going to sex you?
Oh, yeah. And I guess you're like her courtesan.
Mm-hmm.
And on your way...
Slut.
On your way to the castle, you like sit down, you look at the city all blowed up, and you're like, oh man, if Makoto was here, he'd be like, we can do this, let's get this together, but except in a girly, stupid voice. And then the mystery...
some awesome food.
Then the mystery man's like, I don't know if that's what Makoto said. I think he'd say he's very disappointed in you. And you're like... And Atsuma's like, Mystery Man! And then Mystery Man suggests that go to Kyoto because, like, it could help him control his powers so he could keep using that arm without fear of turning into a big, spiky, berserk-style murder machine.
Whoa.
Yeah. And Mystery Man makes it clear he's like, I'm pretty sure that's what Makoto would want you to do, of course. Who could tell? Because Makoto's not here. Because he's dead
Not
or something
me.
for sure.
I'm not Makoto.
It's not me, the guy who looks just like Makoto, but in a different
Why
outfit with
does he have to be
sunglasses
a mystery
on.
man now?
That's a good question, Jim. Like, why isn't he just like, oh, hey, it's me, Makoto? I guess because...
Yeah, I'm actually alive.
Because this game is going to disappoint us by revealing that this is like a fucking golem of Makoto.
It would be pretty funny if they never revealed it in the end credits. It said this game is dedicated to the memory of Makoto.
Jim, I think it's because he's been hit on the head and turned heterosexual and he doesn't know he's Makoto.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, if people can get hit on the head and start speaking languages they've never spoken before, anything is possible. That's all
why
I'm saying.
That's why Johnny wears a helmet everywhere.
He's wearing one right now.
But how long has it been since Makoto presumably died?
weeks.
Like
A week?
Yeah.
A week?
It's been a couple of weeks, I think.
that is an awfully short time to like come up with
Get
an
a
alter
whole new
ego.
tailored outfit.
and-
alter ego. He calls himself Mystery Man. That's I don't know. That's like,
wears
that's
sunglasses.
That's like a placeholder for an alter ego.
Like my alter ego, not Vanessa. I'm not Vanessa.
Anytime Vanessa wears a different jacket, she's like, who am I?
Who can I
She,
be?
like,
Puts her hair up.
She's like she's Vanessa with her collar down, but when she pops it up, she's Vanasty.
Anyway,
So we leave London. Amazing.
hold
Thank
on,
God.
no, we'll pull it. So
Oh, yeah, let's.
Atsuma's still kind of wallowing in self-pity, and Mystery Man's like, well, you know, if you keep doing that, Makoto will be would have been very disappointed in you. And he gets sad, and then you go meet up with everyone at the castle, and you're like, Mystery Man was here, and he said we should go to Makoto, or I need to go to Kyoto City. And everyone's like, well, we'll join you for some reason. And even Yuki's like, well, I want to keep you company. And I guess to get there, we have to go through the desert, and we have to go through Junk City. And Junk City's kind of where I grew up, but don't worry about it. And Raigar's sort of nervous about it too, for reasons we don't know. So we head off. We got to cross Yalzum Gorge. There's a couple of golems in here. It's wonderful. Then you get through the gorge and you get to this field of flowers. And Kareen's like, oh, I heard about this, that the inhabitants of Junk City say that each flower represents a soul of the dead. And you're like, isn't this in Grandia too? And I'm like, yeah, this is exactly the same. This is Grandia too.
I don't
And
appreciate that you're skipping right past the fact that we have to walk out the same way we left last time.
including going through that military base and everything. I thought they would have cleared that rock slide.
Just a solid 20 fucking minutes where the game's like, remember this place? Well, we're back. Nothing has changed.
The enemies are still very easy.
Well,
You still can't. You still can't.
and we also have. Sorry. We also have that Atsuma leaves by himself,
that what
right?
happens?
And he's like, "Guess I'm going by myself."
No,
There's
I
that
think you're
later.
right.
No, you're right.
I think you're right.
He sneaks out.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm going by myself," and then we have to have this scene of like everyone leaves the party, and then not like 2 seconds later, when he steps out of the gate, everyone's there, and they're like, "Guess what? We're coming to."
And
What a
Don't forget to
twist."
go into your menu and re-add these people to your party, idiot.
Yeah, re-equip everyone.
Oh, see, you don't have to re-equip everyone. It's not that bad, but you do have. It's not like when What's-Her-Face switched with the other girl in the last game.
Oh, that was so
Well, it was always
bad.
that. It was just the two things, right? Like the accessory and the orb. You always had to go re-equip.
Yeah, and but I would always
The
forget to put
egg
them
and
on.
and the book stuff.
And the accessory was always.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
Oh,
you,
Millennia. God, I miss you.
I did equip every, like, I was like, oh, finally I can have a party full of golems again, and then step out 2 steps, everyone's here. Now I got to remove all these golems from my party.
I wish a listener would like make that, you know, that Wolverine meme where he's looking at the photo and he's touching it, but like Photoshop Matt's head on Wolverine and then a picture of Millennia from Grandia 2 in the photo.
Can you please not suggest to our listeners that they ever Photoshop me into anything? Thank you.
I mean, it's Wolverine, man.
Could you put make another one of Marag and his big Barra titties as well?
Yeah, John is the one that wants this. Leave me out of it. Thank you. Anyway, we head back through the military, all this stuff. I swung through that fire temple to see if I could handle it this time. Nope.
That's an end game
which
thing.
tells me we'll be back again. How many times is this game going to make us walk through this fucking walk down this path?
Well, you do get, was it outside of Junk City, you do get a warp back to London.
That's true.
So now you don't ever have to take that path again.
Yeah,
Unless you need
We'll
to
see.
go to fight that guy and get those god golems and stuff. I guess you probably do need to go one more time.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay. So yeah, Yuki's like, this is stupid. When people die, they die. They don't become stupid flowers. And she's very upset for some reason. And then you go to the Junk City, and it's like a cool marketplace. It's real like Mad Maxy with a little touch of what's that game?
At least it's a new town, because so far we've been to Yokohama, London
City.
Yokohama, London, a cave outside of London.
Yeah. This is like a Fist of the North Star town. It's great. There's a rich guy called Fubial who owns everything in the city. He used to be like a treasure hunter
Scrapper or something.
but he also was a jerk, apparently. He wasn't a nice guy.
I mean, you can be a scrapper and a jerk.
Guess.
Everybody in town is immediately like recognizes Yuki and is like, well, thank God Yuki's gone. Oh, Yuki!
Yeah, they don't like Yuki. They say she's just like she got kicked out of the town for being a miscreant and a crime starter, and she's just bad news. And then Kareem's like, "Well, I'm gonna go shopping." Little heart symbol. The whole gang leaves you for a bit, and you can just wander around on your own. I did buy a thing that doubles my one that reduces the usage of the vitality point. Yeah, the vitality points thing, which is useful. I put that on Kareem.
I couldn't afford it. Like, do I have to grind for this fucking thing?
I guess. Oh no, you know what? Was that no? You have to give them
Speed.
Yeah,
cores,
speed.
which I didn't have
thingies.
enough of.
Yeah. Matt, don't grind. Like, for money, go to the casino. Don't grind. It took me 20 minutes, and I have all the money I need.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
a good life tip
Go to
for
the
everyone
casino.
listening.
Save scum, and you'll get all the money you need.
It's fair, and then I could probably just buy all those speed cores.
Yeah, exactly. So I went and did that, and that was useful. And then I went up to the mansion, or I was going to meet back with Karine. She was there was a lot of people talking about how this boy died years ago trying to rescue his sister, and it was very sad. I'm like, that's gonna be Yuki's brother. And also people say like, hey, Atsuma, you look like that guy who died.
Ugh.
Except he has brown hair.
Which I guess I need to issue a correction corner of my own. I did imply last time that I thought that Yuki was interested in Atsuma in like a crush way, but that doesn't seem to
No,
be
she's
true.
obsessed with him because he happens to be a twin of her brother. That's stupid.
So you go back and meet with your friends, and then you find out, there's been a robbery.
Oh no! Are we gonna have to investigate this?
Because
No, I love being a
Fubiel's
detective.
like, hey, somebody stole my magical instrument that I totally rightfully found in the junk pile and is mine.
Before this, Yuki does mysteriously vanish for like half an hour.
Yeah, she had stuff to do.
Yeah, she's like, I have something to do.
And so Fubiel's mystery instrument was stolen, and then he's like, I'm going to arrest Yuki. And you're like, well, if we can prove that she didn't do it, can we like make her not be arrested? He's like, all right, you've got a day to figure out how to prove Yuki's innocence. And then it's another investigation team, except this time it's a little different. We need code names. So Karine is going to be Madonna.
Yeah.
I forget what Raigar's is, like Powersled or something. I don't know.
Powersled.
Silent
Sled.
Sword.
Powersled.
You get to call Atsuma one of a few things. I went with burning.
Me too. She asks you what
As
trait
did
you think
I.
it should be based on, and then the answer to that determines what it is. So,
So then,
Jim, what trait do you think that
that's
your
a good
nickname
question.
should be based on?
hair.
Maybe,
Height?
Yeah, maybe my hair.
tats?
Okay. Then I'm going to call you Strands.
Yeah, I like
No,
it.
that one sucks. Pomade.
We could call him Pomp when he's got his pompadour out.
Yeah, Pomp.
Yeah.
Pompo.
Pop Daddy.
What about you, Vanessa? What trait should your detective nickname be based on?
Huh. I guess my indelible
Ooh.
perspicacity.
Perk.
Yeah, sweaty.
Yeah, sweaty.
Sweats.
Hey, Sweats! Time for your
All right.
investigation.
We got sweats and pomade. What about you, Johnny? What's your
Beef.
trait? Beef. Okay. I mean, is that the trait or is that just what you want to be called?
Yeah, call me Beef.
How about
We're gonna call
sloppy,
you
like a
Lil
sloppy Joe.
guy. We got pomade, sweats, and Lil Guy.
What about you,
What's
Matt?
yours?
Oh, obviously my genius level intelligence.
Okay, so Dunce.
No, you can't just say the opposite. You can't just be the opposite. Dunce. You know what? I'll take it. I like it. I think I like
How
that.
about-
Dunce.
Yeah, yeah.
Do I get
So-
a little cap?
And I'm sweaty because I'm always
Yeah,
working
exactly.
out, I guess.
Does that mean that I get to sit this
Because I work out every
That's pretty
crime.
good. Do I get to sit this investigation out because I have to sit in the corner with my dunce cap on? Because I'm okay with that.
Yes.
Timeout time is just imagination time. You can't punish me.
I can punish whomever I want, Matt.
Consensually.
That's not. I don't think that's how punishment works. Actually, I think the whole purpose is to be his non-consensualness. You know, nobody agrees to go to jail.
That's not the purpose.
Well, I gotta swap
People do. People make
That's only
plea
because they
bargains
know
all
that
the
it's going to be
time.
worse if they don't.
I'll be right back. You guys vamp among yourselves.
Okay, when he comes back, let's pretend like we've already finished this entire section. The Zuala
That's a great idea.
Desert.
So we have to run around and talk to like 18
Oh my God,
dozen
it takes an
people about
hour.
whether or not Yuki did
The
this
best part is that
crime.
everybody's like, "Oh, Yuki did it." Yeah, no, Yuki. You have to know Yuki did it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw a small girl sneaking into the palace.
And it has some of those moments where Kareen like prompts Satsuma, so what do you think this means? And Satsuma can be like, well, I think it was Yuki. Or he can say, I think the thief must be someone who lives here in town and not an outsider.
Somebody is definitely like, yeah, Yuki
I
just
know
came by
that
and said she
Johnny-
was going to go steal this thing, and then she walked straight into the palace.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I don't think Yuki did it. Yuki could not have done this.
We do meet a little boy with a dog who has some information for us, but he won't give it to us unless we get him some food. So we have to go to the food stand, and we have a choice of getting him either a desert date, I think they call it, or a fig or something like that, or some kind of meat, and they keep saying it's so tender you can eat the bones, too.
That's weird.
That sounds really weird. That sounds like weird jelly bone.
Maybe
and
they're
I don't
desert
want to
slimes.
eat a weird jelly bone. But slimes
he's
don't
back.
have bones,
No,
do they?
Slimes don't have bones.
Everyone
We
act
didn't do
cool.
anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong.
Wow, guys, what a great chunker. So glad we were able to finish that chunker and have so much fun.
Yeah,
Glad we
well,
finished it.
That's it
Way
for
to
this
wrap
week.
up,
Yeah.
guys.
Glad
Time
we
to
were
wrap
able
it
to
up.
get through the whole thing.
Oh,
Next time on
geez,
Square
guys.
Roots.
I missed the rest of the episode. Took me a while.
Johnny, I purposely vamped through this investigation talk so you could be the one to talk about mice. I was just talking about the little boy with the dog. He says, like, bring
Greedy.
me some food and
Yeah,
I'll tell
that
you my
guy's
information. You bring him some food, and his information is that he was the one who found this flute in the desert, and then the guy who was in possession of it stole it
Are you
from him.
recapping this? Did you just talk about this before? Or I'm very confused. Are you telling me this is what you talked about? Because I know this.
No.
Or have you?
This is how we. Yeah, we all
no,
know
but I thought you were
this is how
telling
we
me
do the
this is what
show.
you just told the listeners. I'm like, well, why are you telling me this again? Defeats the purpose.
No, but I do want to make it clear that I haven't talked about mice,
Okay,
and I
well,
think that you should do that now.
You get a choice of what you think happened, and you so when you talk to Fubiel, and one of the options is, well, the entrance had to be pretty small, so it had to be a small person that got in there. And so what? And Kareen turns to Otsuma and is like, so what do you have to figure? What do you think this means? And you have the choice of it's a small person or mice. Someone trained mice, and they're mice that did this. So I chose the mice option, and it's amazing. He's like, okay, so you basically this guy trained mice, and he was basically like squeak squeak, steel golem flute, squeak squeak squeak. Squeak squeak stealth infiltration, and the mouse responded squeak squeak cheese in return. Squeak squeak yes, squeak squeak can do it. And then the perpetrator's like, okay, will do. Squeak squeak, great job. Squeak squeak, and that was his explanation. And then Kareen's like, no, that's not it at all. Raigar explained to Atsuma that it had to have been a small person. I love this. I think it was a delightful little moment. And there's so many little hearts in this explanation. It made me happy. Matt, how can you dislike this amazing game?
I'll kill you.
John, if you don't stop talking about Enchanted Arms, Matt's gonna beat the crap out of you.
There was another, like, if you choose I recommend always choosing the wrong dialogue option. It doesn't punish you for it, and it's a lot better than choosing the right dialogue option.
Yeah, this was a funny little moment in the game.
I mean,
2 solid minutes of enjoyment.
I do like the idea. Yeah, I like Atsuma being just like a total himbo
Just
the
him
whole
being
game.
real dumb. So here's the thing, Vanessa, Matt. Because people kept talking about the boy and his dog, it's like, okay, here's what happened. The dog did it. I was convinced that's where this was going. That the dog did it. I was like, the dog must have like realized that this boy's flute was stolen, somehow opened the gate with his little paws, like, I'm gonna open it, and then gone through the vents. And still, I genuinely thought that Yuki had been framed by this boy.
That would have been a much better explanation.
Yeah, that is better.
Well, why
than
have the dog
actual
otherwise?
explanation,
The dog is
which
extraneous to the plot.
Maybe.
I guess the dog is important because if you get the meat with the jiggly bones, the dog
Maybe
is happy.
the guy that made this game loves dogs, Johnny.
I guess you're right. You do kill a lot of dogs and those Dark Souls and Demon Souls.
Anyway,
games.
we decide that the only way to be sure that Yuki did not commit the crime is to break into her home and ransack the place, which we do, and we find the Gollum flute.
I do want to say, now that we've established her age, the scene where they talk about Yuki's cute panties is super gross. That's what
He said the word.
Like, she's a child. What the fuck is wrong with this game?
Well, you heard it here first. Your beloved creator of Dark Souls is a fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
Can we get in trouble for saying that? Fucking Elon.
Allegedly.
Elon Musk over here.
Allegedly. Sources have said.
So
People are saying. I'm not saying. People are saying. You see, when you say it like that, you can say fucking anything.
So how, like, Elon Musk was super mad at the president and then, like, deleted the tweet. Why did you delete the tweet?
I'm positive that somebody
He's sorry
threatened him
he
with
did
terrible
it.
consequences. I mean, that's the only explanation.
Oh, he's really sorry.
Somebody called him up and was like, legitimately, if you don't fucking apologize and delete that tweet, we will pull off
CIA
every contract.
The CIA will assassinate you. Now that it's headed by Dr. Oz, the
We'll
My
make
Pillow
you
guy.
have a daughter.
I don't know who's heading the CIA now. I assume it's the My Pillow guy.
It's probably a 20-year-old intern.
Yeah.
No, it's Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh. I thought she was FBI.
No, she's intelligence.
No,
That's Cash
that's the
Patel.
other guy.
Boy.
This conversation makes me want to unalive myself. Let's get back to Enchanted Arms.
All right. Oh, did you know, speaking of searchable words, now on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, you can search the transcript of any podcast on Apple Podcasts? It's true. I've been using it because I wanted to find out in what context in Blank Check they said that children didn't know, or today's youth, like 20-somethings, have never heard of Look Who's Talking because that movie has had no cultural memory.
Does that mean that every time I mention the Ballad of Wallace Island, whatever press person whose job it is to like scrape the internet for any mention of Ballad of Wallace Island gets a little email about it?
I do believe it does.
Nice. What's up, fellow Wallace heads?
Give Vanessa Ballad of Wallace Island money.
That person gets like one email a week.
Me, I don't think Ballad of Wallace Island made any money, but give me a shirt. Come on.
No residual.
You must have
Vanessa
made
can't get a little
shirts.
bit of the residuals as a treat.
I went to Wallace Island and all
Again,
I got was
I'm
this
not sure
crappy
it recouped its
t-shirt.
You know where I think they went wrong was having that CG friend like flying around Tim Key at all times, being like, "Gosh, jeez, what are we gonna do next?" You know, if they,
I thought it was pretty corny how his name was Wallace.
Mm-hmm. Jeez, Wallace.
Yeah.
And he's got
His
like
name is Wallace Island.
Scrimpy, his little flying fairy friend who they spent.
I thought Scrimpy was a powerful metaphor for
I'm
his
just saying they
loneliness
spent
and isolation.
tens of millions of dollars on Scrimpy's animation. Maybe they shouldn't have. I mean, they got the guy who played Gollum, Andy
Serkis as Scrimpy.
Was this really necessary in this kind of quiet drama to spend that much of the budget on Scrimpy?
I'm never going to do it, but now all I can think about is going to one of those make a t-shirt websites and sending Vanessa a shirt that says like the ballot of Wally's Island.
Yeah, the ballad of Wally's Island.
Yeah,
with
the
a picture of Scrimpy on it.
Which is just a absolutely terrifying animated version or CGI Tim Key or whatever the fuck his name is.
So sadly, the flute being in her safe does prove, one, that I'm a himbo who has equally bad ideas about how this crime was solved or created.
Maybe the dog put it in the safe, Johnny.
Dogs are pretty
don't give
smart.
up on your theory.
You never know. But it turns out that Yuki did steal it because she wants to be we don't know why yet. We're like, okay, now we got it. We should do the right thing, and you have a couple of choices. I assume that this plays out the same either way, and Kareen I didn't choose the wrong choice here. It's like, we should give it back to the boy because the boy had it stolen from him by this piece of shit, rich thug guy. What we would call
if you're like, let's give it back to the rich guy, she's like, no, we should do something else with it. It's like an episode of Dora the Explorer. You know what I mean?
So basically, Fubayel is a real Rob or Doug Ford, just a rich piece of shit who used to be a criminal, then became a talk show host, and now has, for some reason, control of the largest province, population-wise, in Canada.
Yeah, that was weird when that guy got back in the news. I was like, I thought that guy was a junkie.
That was his brother's the dead one, who was the junkie, who was the mayor of Toronto. They had a
thankfully nothing like that is happening in America right now. We don't,
they were like
that's ever
a
happened here.
low rent Rush Limbaugh type conservative talk show, like populist bullshit thing, and now they control the government. Oh, that's great. Yeah. He's like, no, we should be doing even more tariffs on the United States because taxing our population is super good and a great idea. Oh, what a fucking moron. Anyway.
We have no principles. Our principles change depending on the winds of what's going to get us fucking elected.
I really don't.
Thankfully, we got nobody like that in America.
But he's tough enough to take on Trump, and Trump's like, oh, that Ford guy, he's a real great dude. I'm scared of him. Like, oh, those two should kiss.
Wink, wink,
Anyway,
Johnny,
wink.
ew. And not because it's gay, but because they're old and gross.
Mm-hmm. So you give it back to the boy, and the boy's like, actually, I really love Yuki and just he's not the boy in love with Yuki. That's a different boy. This is just a boy who's like, no, I want to save my friend Yuki, so give it to her so she can get out of prison. And you're like, oh, you sure about that? He's like, it's mine to give, and I'm giving it to you. And everyone's like, okay, well, you know what? You keep it. You keep that damn thing, and we're just going to kill this old man. We're going to kill this old former talk show host because he sucks. And then then we don't have to give the flute. We'll just get our friend out of jail. So we do that. We kill this man who's named Fubayel because, he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve to be rich.
Well, he may suck, but he also does seem to be like
He's
the
not,
legitimate
though.
government
He was
of
just
this
a former
town. So
thug
I'm not sure
who
that.
used his money to buy positions of power. Like,
He's just a fucking oligarch. At
Yeah.
no point do they mention this guy having been elected
Yeah,
or anything.
he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah,
So,
I
and
guess
he's
that's
jailing
true.
a child. So
Okay, well, sometimes children need to be jailed, Johnny. She did rob him.
he
I
stole
mean, don't
it.
get me wrong. He sucks.
He stole that from a kid.
Well, then she should take him to court. That's how it works. You can't just
There is no
do
court
vigilante justice,
in-
Batman.
There is no court in Junktown. There's only the
don't know
rule
that.
of power.
There's only street justice.
Yeah, there's only street justice. That's
Could have gone to
why.
junk court. and
That's why Ken Shiro
Junk
has
Judge
to
Judy
do,
would have
like
ruled in her favor, I'm sure.
punch everyone in these kind of cities in their pressure points until their heads explode. Because
remember the movie that we watched? What was that Gary Busey werewolf movie?
Silver
Silver
Bullet.
Silver Bullet. In
What a
that
great
one,
movie.
they call it private justice.
Oh, is that when they had that little roundup looking around?
Yeah, that's when they round up the posse and go, well, the sheriff sucks. It's time for some private justice.
Anyway, so she's out of jail and she's like, well, thanks guys. And I'm going to steal that flute from this child now. And everyone's like, what? Don't steal it from the child. We went and defeated. Oh, you also defeat Fubayel and his manservant. And that was very easy. It was not a hard boss fight. But she steals the flute from the boy. She's like, listen, I made a promise to my brother that I was going to be the bestest golem hunter, and he died trying to protect me, but now I'm going to go and summon this ultimate golem so I can get it, and then I'll be the best. And she's like crying, tears streaming down her face. You know, so I'm going to do it. And she runs away with
Right.
the golem flute to summon the biggest, hardest golem. So we run after her back to the field of flowers where this golem lives. And the Sphinx comes down. And she's like, you have summoned me. And Yuki's like, that's right, for combat. And we run after her. It's about this field. I like that they made this field like 20 minutes to walk across. So you really feel this field of flowers. Matt loves it too. He's like, they made the zones so big on purpose. So like, this is masterclass of game design, Matt. This is what Matt was messaging me in private. Because it like,
Private
I mean, it
justice.
might be one of the largest areas in the game, and it is, 10 feet across, but at least there's like 2 treasure chests, so they tried.
it does take you a while to get to that Sphinx.
Oh boy, a while being 2 or 3 minutes. And also, a while, because ain't no run button in this piece of shit.
And there's about 80 random encounters on the way.
Yeah, and of course, the 80 random encounters. Yeah, I did notice in this chunker, particularly after particularly after Junk City, I felt like
down.
the encounter ratio got jacked up to every 3 steps.
So you now get to the Sphinx and you have to fight the Sphinx. It's a cool looking boss. I forgot to take a still of it, but it's like a lady Sphinx with breasts, but they still call it he. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Whatever pronouns the Sphinx likes. And it's a good boss fight. I like this one. It was very easy, but that's okay. I think I'm
Yeah.
over leveled.
Yeah, I also had a pretty easy time with the Sphinxter here. It was not tough.
Don't say Sphinxter.
I'll say what I want.
And I
good
guess we
and
do
stuff.
get
No,
this
it's-
ultimate golem, but like Yuki seems to have lost all interest in it because she's
Oh,
yeah.
I did intend to mention here, Johnny. I'm sure you got it too. Right at the first time through this area, right at the entrance to the Field of Flowers, there is like a dandelion golem or something like that, which has a buff your whole fucking party up ability similar to the Yeti. Is that it? What's the Sasquatch? What's the one that you've been using?
Oh yeah, the Sasquatch.
It has a similar buff the whole party up
Which
power.
which golem is it that has this?
It's called like a something dandelion or a
yeah. Okay.
flower. If you're down a party member, this thing kicks ass. If you just get it out front first and have it buff the whole party in the first turn, all of your fucking attacks will slam whatever. In fact, I used it a lot in this chunker, and I thought it was awesome.
That's the one that looks like a dandy. It's like a girl flower
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. It might not be dandelion. It might be like something posy.
Dandelion or yeah.
Yeah, but whatever it is, it's got that same buff the stats of your party members by 50%, and so and you can just use it every turn, and so every turn you're just doing more and more damage. It makes the fights pretty fucking easy, actually. I mean, basically, what's Karen in this group for? I don't need her. She sucks.
Right, she's got the group heal. She's got the aqua thing. I got her mega super aqua.
Yeah, but the dandelion's got a heal, though it's not a group heal. I do like the poison aqua thing. The mist attack is her only good attack. It is good. It does damage.
I got that nurse with the big needle for when Kareen wasn't in the party, so I could still heal. But she doesn't have the raise the dead ability, which is annoying.
You know, I never use that anyway.
Oh, I use it all the time.
If somebody goes down, I'm just like, fuck you. Just get fucked.
Especially with those exploding ninjas. Ugh. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, that was annoying.
Well, and I got these weapons, like ultimate weapons from the casino that do tons of damage but reduce your HP by half. And I forgot I equipped them. I was like, why are these ninjas killing me? This is really, really hard. Then I was like, I realized, and I was halfway through the ninja hideout. Oh yeah, I should unequip those weapons that are making my HP a quarter of what they should be.
Anyway, we defeat the Sphinxter, and Yuki loves us again, I guess. I don't know. This heals her trauma somehow.
Yeah.
It's not stupid at all.
Is there more to the chunker?
Oh yeah, baby. Oh, baby.
Great.
You gotta
There's
go
a
to
lot
Kyoto.
more.
I mean, hey, Jim. Buddy, you did this to yourself. You could at least watch a video so that you know what we're talking about.
I don't
and
know if it would
contribute to the conversation.
I kind of think playing the game would have been more painful than listening to you talk about it.
I mean,
I think I'm okay.
Hey, but you can watch a video like Vanessa did, so that at least you can I'm not criticizing you. I love you, but
Thank you.
You're bored, and that's your own fault.
I didn't say I was bored.
Oh, you just complained, sir.
I was
You know what?
excited. That was me
Jim
acting
is
out
the
of
Sphinxter for the rest of this episode.
That was I don't know if you could tell my tone, but it was more like, oh man, are we done already? That was
I can't believe we misinterpreted that tone.
I know. Yeah.
So we cross the desert. At one point, we fall into a little hole that shows that there's like a bonus dungeon under this desert.
No, it's not like a. There's just it's just a couple of treasures.
Well, but there's a whole.
Or at least the one I went to. There's two actually.
It's part like they're all kind of connected, and like you can go into this one, and there's a guy there's like, this is a pretty tough dungeon. Do you want to go in?
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. I went to the west and went through a short path under the desert where I found a couple treasure chests, and then I kind of looked at the other way that I could go and was like the other side where I assume you went, and just kind of decided I don't care. I don't give a shit. What am I gonna find $500? Whoa!
Who even needs money now? We got the casino. So you cross through this desert.
I never have enough money.
Yeah, same here. Oh wait, do you mean in real life or in?
Both.
Oh yeah. So you cross through the desert, and then you get to some swamps. Finally, things are cooling down a bit. But you look ahead, and there's a lady, and she's got two swords. I'm like, okay, first of all, kick Kareen out of the party. We got a better lady now. Look at her.
Yes.
She's fighting some ninjas. The ninjas are starting shit with her, and she's like...
She's beating the shit out of some ninjas. It's not like, for a minute, it's like, oh no, a damsel in distress, and then she fucking stomps these dudes.
Mm-hmm. I guess they were trying to kidnap her. We'll find out more why later, but she kills the shit out of them, and their shit all over the floor. And then she gets jumped by some more ninjas, and she's like, "Do not interfere." And we're like, "We're gonna interfere." So then we have to fight these ninjas. These ninjas are tough because these three ninjas kick back. Basically, when you fight these three ninjas, they will explode if you
Are
kill
they from
them.
Beverly Hills, do you think?
No, that's a Beverly Hills. These are three ninjas. These aren't Beverly Hills ninjas.
Do they surf? Do you think that they are surf ninjas?
Oh, they might be. Were the three ninjas? They were different, right? Those were the kid ones, and the surf ninjas were the Sega commercial ones. And I always mix those up.
The three ninjas.
The three ninjas.
Right, it's Jonathan Taylor.
It's like
Thomas? Or
it's like
Brandon?
it's like three kids out of like a JC
Okay.
Penney catalog. There's a tall athletic one, there's the little one that like bites people or hits people in the balls, and then there's like the fat one.
So Leslie Nielsen is not in that one, and it doesn't have like a Game
No.
Gear and lots of Sega product placement.
No, that's Surf Ninjas, and that one has Rob Schneider in
Rob
it.
Schneider.
Oh, Beverly Hills Ninja has Robin Shue, so that's pretty cool.
And
Yeah, that's got Luke Kang in it.
yeah,
And
that's the Chris Farley movie.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock.
I was telling people about
That
how
movie in years.
when I dyed my hair
Why would
blonde as a 22-year-old, people called me Chris Farley, and I was like, "What?"
That's mean.
Yeah.
The most insulting thing anybody ever called me was when some friends said that I looked like Tom Arnold, and I wanted to disappear into a hole and fucking never come out.
Yeah, Matt, this wasn't even friends. This was people in a car driving by.
Jim's about to. Oh no, that's pretty mean.
You look nothing like Tom Arnold, but that's really funny.
You know, me with hair, I looked a little different. I was skinnier. What do you want? I didn't have a beard,
Wait, hold
no
on.
beard,
So
hair, glasses.
Matt with hair, no beard. You know, you might have been Tom
Yeah,
Arnold.
I don't know. I didn't see it, but I wouldn't have wanted to see it if I could. You know.
That happened to me a lot in Colorado. Like people driving by and yelling insults at me. I don't know.
Why?
Is that just a thing people do in Colorado? Are they just?
I've ever told you the story. I'm sure. I
Maybe it's
imagine I've
just
told you this before. I've
Americans.
told Haley this before. I've told my daughter this before. Of the time that like when I lived out near the beach and there was a tropical storm kind of blowing in, and before it hit, I walked out and like sat on a pier.
Yeah.
And was just kind of looking at the beautiful water and like the oncoming storm, and some guys drove by and were like,
That just happened to in Colorado. That happened to me just like getting out of my car once. I was like, am I dressed gay? I think I was wearing like a tight fitting. I'd lost like 100 pounds. I was working out like 4 times a week, and I was
you were
wearing
wearing
like
your wrestling singlet and leather.
no. I was wearing like a fitted, like a nicely fitted shirt.
Like a dry fit.
Yeah. Oh no,
I
it's
mean,
like
John,
a
I think
button
that
up.
the lesson to learn from this story is that in red states, which Colorado was, it's purple now, but it was a red state. In red
was,
states, people just scream slurs at each other, you know? It's a bonding experience. You're supposed to yell it back to them, and then they come over and kiss you.
Oh, I did like one time I was crossing the highway. Like the exit ramp has a little crosswalk, and a lady stopped the car, or she got her partner to stop the car and said, "If I was driving, I would have run your ass over."
It's nice.
But no, she was saying it in a funny way.
Hostile.
Like she was like it wasn't a hostile way. It was just she was just making a
I
joke.
see. I can't think of a time anyone's yelled something at me out of a car. I mean, one time I was crossing like in a crosswalk, and I definitely had the light, and this guy like in this huge SUV pulled up and started yelling about how I was jaywalking, and he was pretty heavy and turning like bright red, and I was genuinely concerned that he's gonna have a heart attack. I'm like, is this guy just like pulling over so I can witness his cardiac arrest? And how can he get
In
the
the
help he
UK,
needs
they call
to
it
not
a
be so
gammon.
angry?
When someone does
But-
that,
Like the final boss of Legend of Zelda?
no, with M.
They turn into pig monsters?
No, that's your brother.
My brother's a pig monster?
Yeah, yeah.
Bannon?
Anyway,
Yeah, it was very strange. And that wasn't really a fun or funny story. But, I mean, nobody's ever accused me of being
in a similar thing,
by
there was
yelling out of
this
their car.
giant. It was another giant SUV. It was a Cadillac, like one of those Escalades, and some young people driving it, and they had to wait for me. And I was driving uphill. This is my old blue car, the one that Vanessa's been in, and it had me and Robbie and Julio and someone else in it, and they're like. And they're like,
That's
"Can
a
you
lot
be
of
any
men for that
slower?"
car.
And I was like, yes, I can. I'm trying the best I can in that little car going uphill with a lot of men in it. Anyway, so the lady, you killed the ninjas. The lady's like, well, I didn't really need that, but thank you, I guess. And she's like, so Raigar, wow, it's crazy to see you, huh? And Raigar's like, yep. And he turns, he's like, I guess I should tell you that's my fiance. And
I just want to
This
say
was
that if
wild.
we all went on a road trip together and I was like, we're going to pass through Tyler, Texas, I would tell you ahead of time, hey guys, we're going to pass through the town that I grew up in. You know? Like, it's pretty fucking simple. And none of these people can spit that out. Like, it's got to be
this
a
isn't
big
the
fucking
town he
secret.
grew up in. This is the town he killed a lot of people in. And I guess this lady found it so hot that she married him.
I do believe he is from this town.
Oh, is he?
I could be wrong, but
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think you're wrong, but I also think he is from this place.
I don't know. I think you might be right. It's hard to say. But either way, but then, so did he move to London City first? I think he does say that he went to London City, right? But why would his brother go there too? And what? So he was fighting for London City, and then kills a bunch of people, and then marries her. Because
The wiki for this.
They're not
the
married,
fandom
they're
page for this
engaged.
game is so sparse on information because nobody fucking cares.
was it a research facility?
Yeah, it was probably a research facility where
Raigar and
maybe some people
Uka. became gods.
I'm gonna have to edit out so much of this.
I didn't get the impression that
You
this
didn't play
was
the
his
game,
hometown.
So
I think no, because I seem to remember something Raigar saying he moved
your
to
opinion
London
isn't
City.
valid.
I think Matt has a point, and that's why I'm not arguing with him anymore. I think that but he was definitely fighting
Okay.
for London City when he came and murdered. Although I don't think
Yes.
he murdered all the people. I think it was his stupid
It was
brother.
his brother.
Yeah.
His brother. No, but he also, I think.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's move on.
Yeah.
There's not enough
so
information here.
there's two options you can get as to why you are stunned that Raigar has a fiance. One is women didn't interest you, and the other is you only had eyes for Kareen. Matt, which did you choose?
Women didn't interest you.
This is the second best piece of dialogue in the
Sometimes,
game.
you know, when you look at me, I see a fire there.
And Kareen's like, well, yeah, it's true when the nights are so lonely together, all those long nights. And he's like, no, I'm as straight as an arrow.
Korean's like, yeah, have you seen Brokeback Mountain? It's kind of like that. Like sometimes you spit on your hand and things happen.
Don't use spit as lube. Use lube as lube. For anal sex, you're going to rip something.
I thought the implication was that they jerked each other off, but maybe
I thought they had butt sex. I haven't watched this movie. It looked like gay stuff for straight people.
I
like gay
believe
stuff for straight people.
that it was
Yeah.
meant to indicate penetration.
Okay. So he defends himself as being very heterosexual. And unfortunately, it's true. He is heterosexual. And she is his fiance. And she's like, well, things are complicated now, and but I can escort you all the way to the gates. Although I won't be in your party, even though I'm obviously way better than a little girl or a princess at fighting. But, you know.
I agree with you, but also, you know what? Fucking Cowboy Girl's pretty handy in a fight. She's pretty great at standing behind Raigar and cleaning up his fucking light work, basically.
It's true.
Or I'd assume it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
she's great at finishing off enemies.
To completion. So you walk to the gates of Kyoto City, and we're like, okay, finally, we're here at Kyoto City. And then we get the third best scene. Obviously, the first is mouse explanation. The second is gay explanation. And the third best scene is we cut to a man named Tokamune. Vanessa, let's talk about what happens to Tokamune.
Yeah, Tokamune, he's, I guess, the sort of leader of Kyoto. He's really fancy. He has fancy robes on. They're red and gold. He has makeup on, like pale white makeup, and red little lips and some eye makeup. He looks a little bit like a kabuki performer.
Or Queen Amidala.
Or Queen Amidala. He's just sitting around having a good time with his assistant.
She's
maid,
a golem.
Who is
a sex toy. Yeah,
is
she's
she
100% a golem.
Okay, because I was very confused as to why she looked so different than any of the other humans
I
in the
actually
game.
got her golem. Well, not her golem core. There's another one like her in the ninja hideout that you can recruit.
Okay, good, because she looks like a little anime girl in the way that the other characters don't. So he's just like sitting around having a good time, enjoying himself, and talking to his golem when the Queen of Ice shows up.
Playing with the Queen
and she's
of
like,
Ice.
"Hey, what's up?
No, and she ain't really
It's me,
nice.
the Queen of Ice. I would really like you to revive the Wind Golem. And if you don't, I am going to destroy everything. Okay, bye." And then Tokimune is like, "Hey, please bring me a pair of fresh underwear because I have peed and pooped all over myself."
There was a sound effect during this conversation. You do hear it. It's just, there's no farty sounds. It's just the sound of water.
Yeah. So maybe he just peed himself, but you know, when you're really stressed out, that liquid diarrhea can just flow.
I've always been worried about Justin McElroy because he has several stories about him shitting himself. And I'm like, I have never done this. Is something wrong?
Wow, brag.
I don't think I've ever like pooped my pants since I was a kid.
So you've never had a fart that didn't turn out to be a fart? Is that what you're suggesting?
That's not the same
as
thing.
like putting a whole load in your underwear.
I think when somebody says that they shit themselves, what they're really saying is like, I sharted.
No, I think it's that people poop themselves, like literally poop themselves.
I don't think so.
They like
I think
that
so.
you are reading way too much
They push out
into
a
it.
whole poop. They push out
big
whole
whole
poops.
poop.
Greg Davies also has a lot of stories about pooping himself. I think some people are just maybe inclined to it.
You know, whatever. I don't want to judge. So
You clearly do.
You should.
I mean, this game sure does.
So back to you guys, this guard. His name is Samurai Who Eats a Lot. He's very chesty.
We mentioned that he's got like a ninja, I don't know, protector or servant or something that just looks like a fucking sex doll.
Yeah, we had a whole conversation about that.
Yes.
I don't think you did. I was right here.
Matt was away from the microphone. He didn't hear
Makes
us.
sense. Anyway, so the guy's like, no one's coming in Kyoto. The devil, we are having a little devil golem problem today, but tomorrow it'll be fine. So come back tomorrow. And Sayaka's like, okay, well, I guess you can come stay in my village tonight. It's fine. And Kareen's like, ooh, the lovers will get to hang out. Well, that's not really how it goes down.
Kissy, kissy, kissy,
Because
kissy.
you go through to the village, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's the mass murderer who killed all the people in this village. Cool, 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 cool."
It's the guy we hate most
Yeah.
in the
Our
world.
Hitler.
Look at him.
And Sayaki's like, "Well, let's go meet my dad. You do have to go through this crawling door to get in and
This is
out."
fucking great.
Is this a real
What
thing?
is this? I don't know.
That seems like it seems so strange that I bet it's real. But listeners, is there a tea room where you have to crawl in to show deference to your host? Is this a real thing? I want to know more. Tell me in the comments or send us an email to squarerootspodcast@gmail.com. And subject headline should be "Crawling Door is real or is not real."
Right into crawling door is real or not
No,
real.
that's
at
not. It's Square Roots
gmail.com.
Podcast, gmail.com. So we crawl in there, and then the dad sees Raigar and is like, You killed everyone in the city. You are our Hitler. Please leave. And Raigar sort of just stands at the other side of the wall. It's pretty funny. And yeah, he doesn't like the fact that they're fiancés, I guess. I don't like how deferential Sayaka is to Raigar. It seems real trad wifey here.
It's her dream.
It's like, do you remember in the Borat TV show, well, the Ali G TV show where Borat made like a dating profile? And it was just like, you will do exactly what I say. You will serve me breakfast and lunch and dinner. You will clean my clothes. And someone were like, so this is like, they were genuinely interested in him.
I have seen real dating profiles like that. I've seen some wild ones where they like specify too, like, you must be this star sign and this Myers-Briggs personality type, and you like, you know, requirements for a job more than what you're looking
I thought
for
I
in
was
a partner.
picky. Anyway.
Johnny only dates Pisces.
You know what? I have dated a lot of Pisces. No. Wait, yeah. Wait, which one's February? That's Aquarius, right?
It can be Pisces
think
as
they're
well.
women.
I think
Hi.
end of February is Pisces.
Which one's not the water sign? Is Aquarius not the water sign?
Aquarius is an air sign.
That makes no sense. It has the word aqua in it. Moving on. So the dad's like, so Atsuma was like, hey, by the way, do you know anything about this like super special training so I can use my arm without going into super berserker mode and killing everybody? And he's like, yeah, I guess there's like a monk here. If you go talk to this monk, but you need a special key, this monk is locked up. And only the emperor has the key. So go talk to the emperor, and then you can come meet this monk, and maybe he'll help out. Raigar, stop listening! And because Raigar keeps chiming in.
And then they send Raigar to the garage.
Yep. And you can choose to stay in the garage with him. I did choose that because that seemed like
Yeah,
the
me
fun
too.
thing
I wanted
do.
to see what was going to happen after the fire in his eyes comment.
Nothing happened. You do wake up and he's gone, and he's just having like a weird talk with Sayaka where he's like, no, I will not, we will not be marrying. It is not right. I am responsible, even though I'm not responsible, obviously.
I did commit a genocide here.
Well, I am covering for my brother committing a genocide, which is basically the same thing, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think there's more to that story.
I guess we'll find out next time on Square. Oh, no, wait. There's still more we got to do. And so the next day, you all wake up bright. Hi, Porky.
Meow.
Hi.
I'm talking to my friends here. I gave you a treat to bribe you. Sorry, listeners. That was Porky. So we go back to the gate, and the guy's like, okay, devil golem problem over. Everything's fine. And you walk around the town. Did you like talk to all the people that have had their girlfriends and sisters and wives kidnapped in this town?
Mm-hmm.
Some people think it might
What
be
a
the
lie.
ninjas, but that can't be true because the ninjas are Tokamune's special forces, and he
Some
would
people
never...
think it could be the group that specializes in kidnapping people, but I guess we'll never know.
But that would make sense. Why would the emperor have his own people kidnap ladies?
Considering the person that works for him and what she looks like, I'm going to say I don't know that I want the answer to that question.
Well, he doesn't need real women. He's got his cool sex doll.
Yeah, it is a cool sex doll for sure. That's not a real person. And if it is a real person, it's at least wearing a sex doll mask, which I think is
like,
creepier.
Matt, you find another golem that is the same type as her.
I could dress like a golem. I wouldn't be one. I could wear a sex doll mask.
But she doesn't even move her mouth when she talks.
What's a sex doll mask? What does that
Well,
look
do you
like?
It looks like a sex doll face, but it's a mask.
Oh, you mean like with the lips
The
and the
giant
the-
eyes.
in the-
Yeah.
in the suck position. Yeah, like Vanessa's doing.
Jim, do you remember the movie The Cell when you went into the guy's imagination and all women had that like plastic face that looked like anime girls?
Oh,
It's like that.
Yeah. Okay. Is it like the doll face and
Yes.
Strangers?
Yeah,
is
no,
that
no,
something
exactly like
different?
that.
Okay. Okay.
So
okay.
we were like, let's go talk to the emperor. See if he'll give us the key to this temple. And we talked to him. He's like, yeah, whatever. It's you can go get that key. I don't care. Like the key's in the shrine over there. Well, that was
yeah,
easy.
he just like does not give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And did you find the sex doll room where the sex doll will not? She's like, this is the room full of our master's favorite things and toys, and you are not allowed in here. Did you find that room in the palace, Matt?
Sorry, what?
Did you find the sex doll girl is guarding this room that you can't go into, and she's like, yeah, this is the full of the emperor's favorite toys. You are not allowed in here.
Yeah, no. This guy seems cool.
He is very queer coded, but also has like a little ninja girl sex doll. So I don't even know anymore what he's supposed to be.
It's like a Jafar thing. You remember when Jafar was like, no, my wish is to make Princess Jasmine love me.
So my mom will stop bugging me.
He's obviously in a relationship with that parrot already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Iago and him very obviously in a relationship.
Iago and Jafar got it
So-
on.
You go to the shrine and you pick up the key. Kareen waits outside for some reason. I guess plot reasons. She waits outside. Unfortunately, she does get kidnapped. There was a little scene after you visit the Emperor where Oboro, his like ninja henchman's like, I'm going to take care of those guys for you. And the Emperor's like, okay, sure, fine. And he takes care of the guys. He's like, he kidnaps Kareen. And he's like, we're taking her to the fortress. Come meet us there. And you got to save Kareen. She's been kidnapped. So you got to figure out how to get to the ninja fortress. You look around. It was way easier than I thought because there's like what looks like a maze of walkways above. And I was like, oh, do I have to like figure out how to get to this upper walkway to get over there? No, there's just a ladder. There's just a ladder down. And then you just take a boat. It's very simple. Or no, you swim. You don't even take a boat. So you get to the ninja hideout. There's a lot of tricksy traps. I like this area a lot, actually. I think it's one of the better areas in the game. You got to find the power orbs to power up this weird turny elevator thing, which was really cool. First, you take it up, and then you got to take it down to the basement. You got to go all the way downtown.
The little ninja hideout was an okay dungeon.
Yeah, I liked it.
Did that thing that it's funny, it did the thing that you see in, I mean, Dark Souls games and Metroidvanias where once you get deep enough into it, you kind of open a door back to the entrance. Kind of, which I liked. More, they should be doing this more.
Yeah. Skyrim had a thing like that too. The end of every dungeon in Skyrim had a secret entrance to the exit because in Oblivion you have to go all the way back.
occasionally Oblivion does the loop dungeon, but not often enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to the end, and there's like all the girls are in a pile under this force field that's like draining their Oberon, I don't know, their sex energy or something.
Toblerones?
There's a word, and it's like an O word for like lady.
Pepperoni?
Don't worry about it. But it's draining all the sex energy out of these girls, and you got to fight this ninja guy.
Ovulation?
No, I can't. It's an O word, and I think it's an ONE at the end. I can't remember.
Bone?
OBGYN?
Yeah, OBGYN energy. Not yonic energy. That's something else.
You know what? We all have access to our Google machines. Let's solve this mystery for Johnny.
I don't
Look
want
up-
that in my
What's
search
the name?
history.
Real word for
What-
sex energy.
Real word for sex.
Oh, mojo.
energy.
No, that's not it.
No.
No.
Libido? I don't know.
Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter.
Oni?
No, that's not it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We fight this ninja guy. His name is Oboro. He's been kidnapping all the women for. Did he give a good reason, Matt? Did he give a reason why he's kidnapping all the ladies? And
Well, no, he does not. But also, it doesn't seem like he's doing it for himself. It seems like he's doing it for the Lord of Kyoto. So I imagine we're going to find out more about this next week. Or not. This game doesn't seem to give a shit about having much of a plot. So who cares?
Oh, John, is it Aerosol?
it's Orgone. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh,
Yeah.
Orgone.
Oregon?
It's
Like the state?
there is the Reich Museum has an Orgone accumulator box made by Wilhelm Reich.
Oh, it's pseudoscience.
It's not a real
Okay.
thing, Jim.
Oh, I was like, I've never heard
You
of this.
can't actually harness the power of sex energy. Yeah.
Oh,
Says
really?
you.
Like if I get testosterone injected, I'm not gonna have more
Well, you
sex
might.
energy?
But you'll probably just go bald. Yeah.
Oh no.
Look at me and Matt. We got all the testosterone we need. Mm-hmm. It's not worth it.
No.
Yeah. We're just hairy bald men. All right. So that's it. That's genuinely the end of the chunker.
We did it. We defeated Oboro. It was great. He's the ninja.
So there's, I guess, I keep thinking it's Air Devil Golem. It's the Earth Devil Golem that's up in this shrine where also this monk is. So next time we're going to go visit this monk. We're going to go, I guess, kill this Earth Golem, Elemental Devil Golem thing. And we'll see what happens next. But that's the next time on Square Roots.
We did it, gang.
Wow, good job, guys.
We talked about Enchanted Arms again.
On the golem corner, were there any golems you recruited that you really liked? I got a big penguin. It was huge. It's really cute.
I got Pingy too. I named him Pingy.
I think I named him
Bingo.
something like that, like Pinguino or something.
I got Orpheus.
What's Orpheus?
It's like a special golem standing in a field. He
You know
plays
the
a little
holes you
harp.
have on your body, like your mouth and your butt.
Yeah.
And he does supporting things with his little magic harp.
Oh,
Do you
Not a magic harp, a magic harp.
not a magic carp.
Nope, not an official.
when you defeat the Sphinxter, you get the Sphinxter?
It's true. I do have the Sphinxter, but
Whoa.
that big penguin is pretty cute. And I have the nurse lady. She's good. I got a good white magic person because you fight a lot of those ninjas are dark magic, so you want to have the light magic to fight them. So I got one of those because you only have 3 party members when you go rescue Kareen.
I just kept the Daisy lady in my party, and she helped me make short work of all of them.
And yeah, that's I don't think we talked about it on the podcast. There's a cheat. Well, it's not a cheat. You can just save scum the casino, and using the roulette table, you can make hundreds of thousands of chips worth of prizes and get every single thing in the casino thing. It took me 20 minutes.
Nice. I'll have to try that next time I'm in London.
Yeah, it's really worth it. I got some high-level golems this way and stuff, so I haven't used them, though, because they're all like fire and water and darkness. And something. You are the least useful golems. I think the best one I got was that nurse. All right, moving on. Next time, defeat the Earth Devil Golem.
Yay.
Matt, what are you squarely against?
I'm squarely against this pervert lord guy. It's gross, and I don't like it. It's not fun or funny, even though we joked about it. It is just a gross, creepy thing that this game decided to introduce. This guy in his sex dungeon. I don't need it.
I want to see what's in this sex room. I guess we'll find out next time on Square Roots.
Great. What about you, Johnny? What are you squarely against?
I'm squarely against it not being the dog. I was convinced that dog had stolen the flute. And I was wrong. Again. I'm roundly for the mouse dialogue. That was a lot of fun. Vanessa, what about you? What are you roundly for or squarely against?
I'm roundly for getting cool nicknames to solve crimes. And people sometimes wonder, what do women really want? And I'm going to tell you, all we want is a cool van and a bunch of friends with neat nicknames that we can drive around with and solve crimes. That is all women want.
Do I have to be little guy, though? I don't like that.
Well, I don't like being sweaty, but I'm trying to learn to embrace it.
How about Mouse? Do you like Mouse?
No, Mouse is one of the ones that dies in the Matrix, like, right away.
That's true. Jim, what are you roundly for or squarely against? Please be as specific as possible.
Well, I like it when Yuki died. I appreciated when the man pooped his pants and also peed them. And I liked the idea of the sex doll.
Okay. Cool.
Great.
That's cool concept. Where are we playing to
We've
next
said it
time?
6 times.
Defeat the Earth Devil Golem.
Oh. Defeat the Earth Devil Golem.
Now is a part on the show we like to call Level Up. Jim.
Yeah.
It's time to level up.
Yeah.
It's time to talk about what you did last week and then tell us about it, and we'll listen patiently and maybe comment if we have something to say.
Jim, have you been watching the latest in the Australia-verse cinematic horror film trilogy or series?
I did. I saw the latest Australian horror film from the Filippo brothers. The guys that made Talk to Me, the A24 horror film that came out a few years ago. I saw Bring Her Back. That's the name of the movie. It's super scary and has 2 moments in particular that were so gross. I felt like if I didn't close my eyes, I might throw up in the theater. I had to look away from the screen a lot more than I thought I was going to when the movie started. A lot of uncomfortable things. I think it doesn't hurt. It doesn't help that like almost every terrible thing in the movie that happens to someone happens to a kid. So that sucks. It is. It's not a. It's the feel bad movie of the summer. It's a good movie though. Like it's. I think it's better than Talk to Me. Like it's not as. It's not like there's. It's a really dour movie. It's not a lot of fun to watch, but it is a good movie. So yeah, I saw that. That's kind of the only thing I did. Played some Silent Hill 2. I've played through Resident Evil 7 and 8 again.
Jeez. In the last week, you played through 3 games.
When I was in Ohio last week, I played through 7 and 8 while I was in the airports, and then over the weekend I played
How
7
long
and 2.
is Resident Evil 7 and 8?
I finished 7 in just a little over 4 hours, and then I finished 8 in like 4
Oh
or
wow,
5.
they're shorter than I thought.
Yeah, you can get through them really quick. But yeah, Matt, how did you level up?
Oh, I watched a great, hot new movie that you may have heard of. I watched the Minecraft movie. Whoa, that's video game related, and this is a video game podcast. It starred Steve.
Yeah.
And Jason Momoa as the dude. And some other people.
How was it?
It was not great.
What was the part that that was like causing kids to misbehave in the theater?
Chicken
jockey. When that scene happened, I was watching with my son. He'd already seen it. When that scene happened, I could see him just fucking vibrating with excitement, and it was the most nothing. It was the most nothing scene.
It was like 2 words in the entire movie.
You know what? It was not the worst movie I've ever seen. It wasn't very good. It is. So I was shocked to learn that it was directed by Jared Hess.
Oh,
the
wow.
guy who directed Napoleon Dynamite,
Gentleman
and
Broncos.
Nacho Libre, and Gentleman Broncos. But as far as like as a narrative, piece of fiction is concerned, it is like, imagine the worst Marvel movie where they're just like, here's the plot, here's an action scene, here's the plot, here's a character, here's the play. Like, it was bad. But it had some good jokes. I laughed. Jack Black gave it his all. He's really energetic, and despite what at least in my opinion, despite what I felt like the internet was saying when the initial trailers came out, I thought it looked pretty fucking great. The special effects, the world that they created did look good. And I will say that I thought Jack Black and Jason Momoa had some really great, like, energy together, like similar vibes, kind of, particularly as the movie went on and the characters, at first mistrusted each other and then didn't, and then kind of worked, whatever. Like, by the end of the movie, I thought these guys are pretty good together, and I could see them doing something else together. It really worked. I like Jason Momoa.
I could see
like
them
Jack
doing
Black.
something else together too.
Yeah.
Like making
kissing.
out.
Yep, kissing for sure is one of those things that they could do. That was enjoyable, but like the main character is just like is nothing, and the cast is a young kid, his older sister / guardian, just a random woman, Jason Momoa as like a local loser. And then they go to Minecraft World and meet Jack Black. And really, I felt like Jack Black and Jason Momoa were the only characters in the movie. And the rest of them were just, I don't know, mouthpieces for bad jokes and plot advancement. It was not great. Anyway, but I don't know. If you've got a kid, it's a great movie for like a 13-year-old boy. And otherwise, don't waste your fucking time. I've also been reading a series of books called Cradle, written by Will White. The first book is called Unsold, S-O-U-L, Unsold, not like I have reversed my purchase. And it's really fun. I've been hearing about this series for years. It is I guess kind of like an epic fantasy sci-fi series, but the books are all like 250 to 350 pages, so really short and really quick. It's got likable characters. It's got a really interesting world building. It's funny. I've been saying in the Discord and I don't know, it's silly, but the ends of the books always have bloopers, which is a really funny thing and silly thing to add to your books.
How?
Yeah,
How?
It's like he was writing a scene and then just decided to write it in a goofy way and then saved it to a document. And then once he's done with the book, it's like, here's the bloopers. The main character dies in a lot of the bloopers. Like, it's pretty goofy. Anyway, I'm on the 6th book of this 12-book series. It's really light and breezy, and I'm really enjoying it. If you've got any interest in, fantasy, sci-fi type stuff, check out Cradle. It's fun. It reminds me a bit of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's got like a Asian heavy setting, but then there's also like a meta setting of kind of a science fiction. I don't know all the details on that yet, but it's almost like on top of the setting itself, there's this series of worlds and protectors, and I haven't gotten into all that yet, but it's different from like your Wheels of Times and Lords of the Ringses and that type of thing. It's a good fun time, and it's a nice light breezy series that I've been reading that I would recommend. I really like it a lot. And I said series, not Siri, you piece of shit phone. Anyway, that is how I leveled up. What about you, Vanessa? How did you level up?
I've been watching a few movies. The first movie I watched was called Cleaner, or possibly The Cleaner. One of the two. This movie stars Daisy Ridley, but you wouldn't know it based on the posters that I saw for it, because the posters all have giant Clive Owen head on them and a teeny tiny Daisy Ridley. And I would say that Clive Owen is on screen for maybe 5 minutes would be like the most generous amount of time that I would say that he's on screen for. I didn't do them, probably more like 4 minutes. So a little bit of false advertising there, but it's nice that people still think that Clive Owen can draw some clicks, and he did. I also was hanging out with Vanessa's mom, gave her an option of 2 movies that I'd seen recently that I thought she'd like. One was, of course, The Ballad of Wallace Island, and one was Sinners, and she chose to watch Sinners, and she absolutely loved it, and I loved seeing it a second time. If you have been sleeping on that movie, haven't gotten around to it, please do watch Sinners.
Still in that $20 to rent it realm, so...
Yeah, I did spend $20 to rent it, whereas for Ballad of Wallace Island, I would not have had to spend any money, but you know what? It was worth it.
I don't think
because what Vanessa's
Nope, go ahead.
mom wants, Vanessa's mom?
I don't think it's been officially announced, but I read somewhere that it's going to hit, I think, Max in July. So if you've been holding out,
Nice.
Maybe hold out a little longer.
Yeah. And if you are looking for something to watch on Max before then, Cleaner, that's where I saw that. I also watched, and it's a difficult thing to recommend, but I thought it was really well done, Surviving Ohio State.
Oh, no.
This is also on Max. It is a documentary about the Ohio State sex abuse scandal. And if you're able to watch that kind of content, then I would recommend this documentary. I think that everyone who participated in it was super brave, and it will leave you feeling super infuriated. So if you're looking for a time at home to get just upset by the world, but also, see some courage and feel some admiration for the men in this documentary, go for it. But of course, it's not going to be for everyone. Jim already went. Johnny, how did you level up?
I was playing my hacked Wii on my old TV. That was fun. Because it can output games the way that they were originally output, and playing it on old TV is very nostalgic. It's like, oh, it's Keith Courage and Legendary Axe and stuff. I was just having fun playing old games on my old TV. I also saw a film called Flash Gordon. Flash.
Whoa.
Savior
of the universe.
That film is not very good.
He fights for every one of us.
So Queen did the soundtrack, but it's mostly that they play that one song about.
It's just the one song, right?
You can tell it's the Queen guitars playing the bridal theme from Romeo and Juliet at one point, because it's got how they do
Brian May, thank you very much. The Queen guitarist.
I
What
thought
is
there's
this?
multiple Queen guitarists, or is it just one? And they
Brian May.
so because they put. Does he multiply the guitar, like play 2 tracks twice? And
yeah.
It seemed like there's multiple people playing guitar at the same time.
Nah.
Oh, okay. I don't know that much about Queen. There's 4 people in Queen. Is one the bassist, I guess?
Mm-hmm. John
and then
Deacon.
there's the drummer.
Roger
Wow.
Taylor.
Yeah, what the fuck is happening right now?
Wow. Oh, Queen head.
It has.
It's not that impressive when you realize that in one of their songs they shout all of their names.
Okay. Is that Fat Bottom Girls?
No, I don't
Welcome to
remember
the
which
jungle.
song
Bicycle?
it is. John Deacon. Roger Taylor. Brian May.
So here's the thing about that song.
John
It
Deacon.
has one of the best buildups of any song. Like the kick drum with the bass line, like turn 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 turn, is so good. And then flash is such a good hook. But there's nothing. That is the song. Like there's nothing more to it.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
it.
He'll save every one of us.
Like it's not. They didn't finish that song.
I mean, where do you go after
Yeah,
that
I guess they
opening?
could have written some like verses, a bridge, a chorus.
you know a song.
It has some like clips of dialogue from the film in
Yeah,
it, I
there's
think.
at one point it's a lady from the movie talking, and she's like sort of the controller for the evil empire, or for Ming, I guess, Ming the Merciless. She's the
Yeah.
best part of that movie. She's like this very icy lady who does this really fantastic performance as this like villain, and you see her melt later and this guy in a mask who looks a bit like what's his name from G.I. Joe, the one with the mask, like that guy.
This Destro.
Yeah, very Destro-like. When he dies, like his eyes and mouth come out of the mask, like they melt out. It's really gnarly.
Whoa.
That was a good death scene. And she kind of dies the same way.
Johnny, I am I'm looking at the lyrics. There is one verse. It says, "Just a man with a man's courage. You know he's nothing but a man, and he can never
Oh.
fail. No one but the pure of heart may find the golden grail."
What? There's no Grail in this movie.
No, there's not.
Like Jesus isn't a big part of this.
And also, he's just a man, but he can never fail. That's a little more
Well,
than
that
just
sort
a man.
of gets rid of the dramatic tension. Anyway, so Brian Blessed
Yeah.
literally yells all his dialogue in this.
Haka!
Hawkmen dive! Timothy Dalton, I got major Vanessa Boyfriend vibes from him in this film. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm not kicking Timothy Dalton out of bed.
He's dressed
that's
like
for sure.
Errol Flynn in this one too. Like it's young, vibrant, super tall and slim Timothy Dalton. But a terrible movie. Just boring, poorly acted. Well, okay. I mean, Ming the Merciless was fun. There's this like, his daughter is so horny. Like that was the one thing that Dino De Laurentiis, like the one note he gave her. Okay, this is good. I like what you're doing, but hornier. I want you to be having orgasm as you deliver this dialogue.
More umami or whatever you said that sex word was.
Orgone.
More Orgone energy.
Inject some
Mm-hmm.
Orgone.
It was bad. I did not enjoy that film. Like the costumes were cool, but they managed to make like a slutty leather outfit for Brian Blessed, not like form fitting and erotic. It just looked dumpy on him. It looked like he was wearing a leather diaper. It was a shame. Yeah,
Cool.
that's my review of Flash Gordon. Not great.
That reminds me, I watched Mickey 17 this weekend. You guys all saw that.
Yeah, what'd you think? I didn't
Of
like
course.
it. I
That
thought
was fun.
30 minutes of that movie were about Sauce and the awful Toni Collette and the guy from the Hulk pairing.
The guy from the whole...
Sorry, I don't remember his name.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
It's weird. I think somebody in the Discord said to me that you should, or not necessarily to me, but was talking about the movie and said that you should like view it like more like a short story than a film. And so I guess maybe I had my expectations set properly going in, which is that I expected it to be kind of long and weird and go off into weird tangents about things like sauce.
I liked the whole alien stuff. That was good.
Yeah, I felt like that kind of came out of nowhere, but I didn't dislike it. The only thing that bugged me was that why was Mickey 18 so fucking different than Mickey 17? It felt like all of the Mickeys were the same, and then suddenly there was a weird Mickey that they just never addressed in any way, shape, or form. This is just what it is. But other than that, I thought it was fun. It was a good fun time. I liked Pattinson's performance a lot. I thought it was weird and fun.
I hated his American accent. It was awful.
Yeah, he's doing some weird.
Well, I was saying before that English. First of all, English actors think they're amazing at American accents. Like, they brag about it all the time, but they're bad and can only do either cowboy or weird mumbly New York. That's all they can do.
I didn't get either of those things from his performance.
It was
I
weird
think that
mumbly New York.
It was definitely a weird performance where he was like talking like this the
he was
whole
doing like
time.
he was doing like a Brooklyn, like old timey Brooklyn accent. It was
Yeah.
I don't agree with that from any of you. It was weird, but I didn't mind it. It was fine. I thought he was great, and I thought it was a good fun time. Not the greatest movie I've ever seen or anything, but like, well, I thought it was worth seeing. I thought it was fun, and I'm glad I watched it. I liked it. That's my counterpoint to your Flash Gordon
think
episode. Your Flash Gordon review, you should have fucking known better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did say that you liked Pigeon Man a lot and thought he was the
Yes,
best
true.
character
No, what
in
I
the film,
said
as
is
I
that
recall.
you guys made it sound like he was in 30 minutes of the movie, and he is in 2 scenes for a total of 10 seconds.
I think it's got a minute.
I kept expecting it to drag on or for him to have some sort of subplot, and he basically was a non-character in the movie. Just a gag that showed up twice, and all 3 of you were like, too much, Tim Key.
It
Hate
was
that guy.
viral marketing for the Battle of Wallace Island.
Ballad.
Yeah, it was viral marketing for the Battle of Wallace Island. It's a
Battle
tie-in
of Wallace Island is way better.
because
Battle of Wally's Island.
I'm Scrimpy.
yeah, I think actually Pigeon Man is Scrimpy. Scrimpy is just a shrunk down Pigeon Man.
John, do you have anything else you'd like to level up about?
Nah.
Well, then let's get the fuck out of here.
We got Patreon.
That's true.
Jim, what's our Patreon all about?
Oh man. Patreon.com/SquareRoots Podcast. That's where we have all of our hot, steamy After Dark bonus content. Matt shows pictures of his feet.
True.
Wait,
And
really?
they're gross.
Johnny.
Yeah. I'm
Johnny,
ingrown toenail town, so if you like to be grossed out.
Sweetie, oh.
Yeah, John does pimple
Yep.
popping videos.
I got a good one baking back
Vanessa-
here for you guys.
Oh, no.
Oh god! Oh god!
Vanessa looks upset.
Oh no, we have some.
That's what
great bonus
Vanessa's content on our OnlyFans is. I assume we're talking about our OnlyFans. Is She looks upset at at a camera, and men pay for it.
Vanessa's
Some
are
people are into that.
Vanessa's videos are reaction videos to Johnny's and Matt's content.
Yeah,
There's Matt's nightmare feet and Johnny's acne.
for just $300 a month, I will look disappointedly at you.
We gotta get.
But we have.
We gotta have a Patreon stretch goal where we can get those paintings made of you and Amanda looking stern if you do buy that house with the guest room, Jim.
You can find all of that content. Plus, this month we're going to be talking about Metaphor Refantasio. So you can
In
look
the interest
forward
of
to that.
not false advertising, you'll find none of that content on our Patreon.
You won't find any of the gross stuff. Just the good stuff. Like last month, we did a commentary for
What are you doing?
Goldeneye. The month before that, I think we talked
I was
about
going to try to.
something else.
Slide my phone case across my Zoom window like a curtain.
I'm glad we're making good use of our time.
Sorry, please continue.
Yeah, thank you. You can you can have access to all that content for just 3 measly bones a month. If you were to pitch in another couple of bones to make it 5 bones, you can have access to all that content, plus the ability to vote on games that we play on the show. We should have a vote going live shortly once John lets us know how long this game is going to be.
10 more episodes at least.
Yeah, 10 or so.
Yeah, at least
Longest season since Final Fantasy IX.
Oh, yeah, that was like 15 episodes, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was so long. So yeah, and another benefit of being a patron, no matter what tier you subscribe at, is we like to personally thank some of them on the show. I'm going to start us off this week by thanking Ryan, Eric Garb, Arthur A, Butcher, Pete's Sharp Salami, Andy Smith, Julie, Andy Best, Amanda Pyers, Lexa Varial, is a research facility in which both Valmar and Granis ascended to godhood.
I'd like to thank Mike, powered by AI. My battery is low. Tyler, Sexy Grandma's Retirement Home. Hayden Neff, Garrett of Thivia, The Filcher. Bree Girth, Loafing Around. Ryan Schmidt, and friend of DeSoto, Aaron O'Toole. I'd like to thank... Ain't complicated.
I'd like to thank Nick, RP Siege, Angel, Samu Mitchell, Matt Jorgensen, Jaybird, Amanda Douglas, Jason Timms, David Shook, and Chris Parsons.
I would like to thank Keysby Knight, Brian Hassel, with Lily Fresh Eyes. With Lily Fresh Eyes. With Lily Fresh Eye. With
What the hell,
Lily
Fresh
Fresh
Eyes?
I don't know.
With Lily Fresh Eyes.
I need you to stop doing that.
Florian Jonas Kramer. Sora's Key Bump Blade. Doom Train. Edarul. Worked Muffin. Jake Dickerson. Wash in the Wind. And With Lily Fresh Eyes.
All right, that's it for this episode of Square Roots. If you'd like to send us an email to have read on the air, you can email us. You can email us at squarerootspodcast@gmail.com. Come see us at our Facebook group, the Square Roots Podcast Group for smart, cool, very attractive people, or on Blue Sky at squarerootspod.bsky.so.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, Ghana, Apple Podcasts, Ghana, Downcast, Podcast Addict. Please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Thanks to Stephen Morris for our Apple Podcast theme. You can find Apple Podcasts on Apple Podcasts. Links in Apple Podcasts.
All right, for Square Roots, I'm Jim Banks.
I'm Matthew Van Zant.
Website.
What?
Vanessa.
Bye.
Bye.
Listeners, I just want to apologize in advance. This was one of the worst episodes we've ever done.
Oh, I thought it was pretty good. We had Pee Pee Poo Poo Man.